Welcome.
I hate this so much.
I'm still mad at this. I gotta start over.
Okay.
All right.
You want me to start it?
No, I got it.
You're all looking all professional and stuff.
Welcome, everyone, to the formerly known as
Certified
Amateurs podcast. We are now rebranding our name to
Preferred Dimension.
Preferred Dimension.
Because this is the best dimension.
Preferred Dimension Productions, Preferred Dimension Podcasts, and we'll see. We'll see what becomes of that with our new name, but that is...
Still working on the logo.
Still working on a logo, but we got the team
he
name.
is, but...
Yeah.
Although I came up with the name because, I'm just such a genius. I mean, I came up with the last name.
I came up with the last name, didn't I?
No, I did. I wouldn't like it as much. Who came up with this time?
That was you. I'll give it to you. Okay.
What's the damage is still on the table, though?
Which is?
What's the damage? Like, what's the damage?
Why?
Never mind. Preferred Dimension is our name now, and it's going to be big. Watch.
Okay.
2077 is going to be big.
2077
Yeah,
when we're
our
on
kids,
deathbeds.
Our grandchildren. Yeah.
Yeah.
You going to be still alive by then? No.
Oh, hell no.
Way too much
I don't know.
cholesterol.
That's way too much. That's way too long to live. God, that's like 70 years for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long
Okay,
time.
alright. Today, we're going to be talking about our top 10 games of the decade.
Video games.
Video games, yeah. Board games, I'm sorry. Board games. Yeah,
No.
video games. Video games.
Video games.
As you can see, this is my house, by the way. As you can see, I enjoy video games.
He's played a couple of video games.
Just a couple.
Yeah. I don't like video games as much. I like them. I play them. But he's got me beat.
Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Let me hit you with some statistics. I got some statistics. I keep track of how many games I play. And when I beat it. Yes, I'm like that.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
People do it, alright? We have a market for that, and you're going to see. Not everybody can be as cool as you with your Tim Hortons coffee and your fake cardigan sweater.
Welcome to the...
Your hair is not even red.
Preferred Dimension broadcast.
Not really red, I mean.
What are you talking
It's
about?
dyed.
Not really red.
It's dyed,
No,
isn't it? I know it is. Anyways, I'm just joking. Okay, the first game I beat this decade was God of War 3. Last one was Portal.
When did Portal come out? Like
2007. I
finally played it.
Funny story is when I originally got it in 2011 and I never beat it. I actually got stuck and I just beat the last level. So, and guess how many games I beat this decade?
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not as much as I thought it was.
How many games you beat this decade?
Yeah, in 10 years. It's probably not as much as you think.
I'm gonna say 92.
Oh, never mind. 127.
Oh, it was even less. I was like, man, it can't be over 100.
No, the year I beat the most games in is 2013. I beat 32 games in 1 year.
Oh my god, you played so much.
I was actively trying to beat, but as of late, I haven't been playing as much games. In 2018, I only beat one game. It was God of War, the new one.
That's the only game you beat?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the rest were like not really.
I didn't finish it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And last year I beat 10. But so, I mean, I think you only beaten like 10 games.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played too many. I replay a lot though. That's the thing, and like this list was kind of hard because a lot of the games I love are like older. Like I realized that. Like I replayed like a lot of games. Like I love Shadow of the Colossus. I probably replay that like every 5 years or something. Every 3
you love
years.
that game?
I love that game.
That game is awesome.
It is. It's so good. It's so beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
I would have put it on this list, but obviously it came out like 2005 or whatever. So.
Yeah. But we gotta do a review on that. But yeah, I have the remake. You want to play the remake?
I played the remake, not for PS4, but for PS3.
Yeah, I had the PS4 one.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I definitely want to play it again.
It's great.
I still have to play the Last Guardian.
I have the Last Guardian too.
Yeah. It's at like my mom's house, but I just haven't played it.
Okay. Let's get to the. Well, that's another time. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I don't have any honorable mentions. I really don't play a lot, so I didn't even have barely like a top 10.
He just plays it to online. I play
it kind of casually.
Yeah.
I like video games. Don't get but it's the thing is like I don't get into them as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't take them as seriously. I usually play them as like a unwind kind of thing, or at a friend's house or whatever. So, and it's hard for me. Like I didn't want to put this on my list too if I did not finish a game. So there's a lot of games where like I started,
I beat it,
and like I would not put a game on this list that I did not play all the way through.
I like it because I would have got mad.
Unless it was like an online game, you can't really beat it. You know?
Yeah, like there's only one game, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I think you have that too.
Yeah, you know what it is.
So I mean, I take it serious. Like I consume everything in video games. I enjoy collecting them, reading about them, analyzing them, everything. It's just the funnest thing to do.
It's his thing.
Yeah,
it's his thing.
Yours is music.
Mine's music, really.
Mine's playing
I
games.
play music, so and I'm a nerd about it, and he's a nerd about video games.
Yeah, I'm a nerd about music too. I just don't know how to play it.
Yeah,
any instruments are not a thing. Okay, so you don't have any honorable mentions. Okay,
no.
So I'm just gonna go through these because I gotta shout these out. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc.
Wow,
that's most Japanese game probably on the list. It's a visual novel. It's not really a game; it's a visual novel. But there you go. Great game. Great game also. Vanquish. I think I told you to play this before.
Vanquish.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a action game shooter.
Okay.
It's great gameplay. Terrible story though. Dishonored.
I've heard of that one.
Great stealth game. Grand Theft Auto. It's like the biggest game ever.
Yeah.
Millions of people still play it.
I'm surprised you don't have that higher on the list. Maybe you didn't like it as much, or?
I like the older ones more.
Okay.
But I love that game though. So, Deus Ex, Human Revolution, great game. RPG, sci-fi. I think you might like that. Infamous 2.
I never played Infamous 2.
You played one?
You played the first one, yeah. It like came with my PS3 when I got it.
I think I might like the first one. The second one has better gameplay, but I think I like the first one more. Far Cry 3. He's a great villain boss. It's an open world game. I don't know if you ever played.
Yeah, I've heard of Far Cry.
Yeah, open world first person shooter. Dead Space 2. I would have put Dead Space 1 probably in my top 10 because it's one of my favorite horror games.
I played Dead Space 2 a little bit at someone's house, I think.
Yeah, Dead Space.
It's a good game.
Great franchise.
Yeah.
But the third one sucks. Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, right? Yeah. Good story, good characters. It's like action, RPG kind of. Not RPG, but action. Uncharted 3. I bought this game this is like one of the first games I bought with my own money. I had to trade in like actually Call of Duty, Black Ops to buy it. But
I almost thought about putting that on my list, but I felt like I can't do it because it's Call of Duty.
Call of Duty? Oh yeah, Call of Duty, Black Ops. This is probably the game I played most online.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
When that came
The
out, it
original
was
one?
huge. Black Ops, yeah.
Oh okay. Yeah,
like Black Ops from like 2011 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 2010. Yeah.
2010. Yeah.
Okay, this game I think you should play.
Journey. I've wanted to play that for so long.
You need to play Journey.
Yeah.
This is a great game. It's only 2 hours long, I think, and it got me emotional at the end. And it's like no talking. It's no combat.
Yeah.
It's just
you
just play the game. And there's like a special thing about it.
It looks like a piece of art.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think that would be like a game that you can play.
Yeah. It looks interesting.
Nier, crazy game with a crazy story. Great story, great characters. Like post-apocalyptic, kind of like an interesting way that you won't like expect. It's made by I forgot what they're called. What's his name? But the combat in it's kind of weak. They made a sequel, Nier Automata, where Platinum Games is like known for like their combat. So like with story and combat like join together and make it like a really great game. The sequel, but that just has weak combat to me. Well, this has great combat. Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, made up names.
There's so many of those games, aren't there? Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid. That's probably my favorite franchise, but that's not a stealth game. It stars like a support character. Actually, he was a star in one game.
You know Raiden?
Yeah. I'm not sure if you know this stuff.
Only a little bit. Like, because Raiden was in that one PlayStation game that was like this. It was like Super Smash Brothers. I don't know how it's pronounced.
I forgot his name for now.
I thought it was Raiden. That's how they say it in the one.
It's kind of like that. Max Payne 3. I love the first two games. Max Payne 3, kind of different setting, but similar in gameplay.
Is that like the Mark Wahlberg movie? Is that the same Max Payne? I'm just wondering if that. I mean, obviously it's bad. I never saw it.
Oh, it's so bad.
But I was just wondering if that was the same like.
It's like same franchise.
That's hilarious.
It's so bad. I'm telling you,
dude. We gotta do a thing about video game movies.
Oh man, we do. It's so bad.
Another day, we'll talk about how bad video game movies are.
Oh man, you think video game stories is bad? They just completely botched that. I'm telling you, so you never played Max Payne, right?
No, I never played any of the games. I've never even seen the movie. I've just seen like the trailer.
That movie does not exist. I'm telling you, it's like a visual novel, like kind of like film noir type of movie. It's so
like
great.
Sort of thing.
You will like it, and it's like you just third person shooter. It's not nothing special, but it did the bullet time. Slow motion bullet time first. I think even before the Matrix, like around the same time.
Oh,
slow motion shooting in video games. Okay, now this game, Resident Evil 6, I got it when it released, and people hated it. It's not really horror focused. It's like a complete mess, I guess, that people are saying, but I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's very underrated. Now, I bought this also released. This is a very underrated game. Puppeteer. You play as a puppet, and your main weapon is the scissors. And it's kind of like done in a Broadway show, a play. And like all the scenes just like change every time. I feel like
I've had this idea for like a movie or something.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's good. Okay.
I don't know if you like platformers, like Mario games.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I think this is a good game.
Maybe I'll try that then.
It's kid friendly too. Okay, now those are all my honorable mentions. Also, I guess
you have one.
No, that's not my honorable mention. It's my dishonorable. Not dishonorable. Overrated games. I got 2 overrated games that I don't understand why people absolutely love. This is on your list, isn't it?
No, it's not. I never played it.
You never played?
I've never played any of those games.
The first overrated game, Red Dead Redemption, the first one. I haven't played the second one. This is a good game. It has a great story and a good ending, but it's overrated, okay? I don't understand why people love this so much. People are saying it's one of the best games of all time. I don't get it.
I can't say because I haven't ever played. I wanted to.
It's like
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's like
it's good.
Yeah,
it's good if you haven't played that many games. And you're like, I'm sorry.
He's just shitting on it.
It's good though. It's good. It's good. Okay, one more game I don't have anymore because I sold it. Skyrim. I don't get it.
You don't get the hype.
I don't get it. They always.
So wait, you like it, but you don't think it's like as good as?
Yeah, people are saying like the best games of all time. I don't get it. It's overrated. It's good. Overrated though. Okay, what? I forgot about this game. One last game I have. I gotta get up for this because I forgot about it. I'm gonna sell it because I hate this game.
God, I played that one.
You did?
Yeah, like we got it. I don't know. Me and my brother.
Beyond Two Souls. Okay, I got this one released. I liked Heavy Rain.
Yeah, it's the same creator, right? Or same. Yeah.
David Cage. Let me tell you, he's a hack now. When I was 18, I played Heavy Rain. It's a good game, but probably when you go back to it, it's probably not as good. And I was so hyped for Beyond Two Souls. It had Ellen Page in it, William Dafoe.
Yeah.
And it's just a mess.
I played it as well, and I can tell you that I was excited because the mocaps are really cool, right?
Yeah, it has
like the acting. It has like actual notable actors in it, right? But the gameplay is just like,
and I don't like the story.
And even the story is like so weird and like I don't know. I don't care about it. Yeah, it is a mess. Yeah.
It's just,
and when you have a game like that where it's mostly like decision based, the story has to be great.
Yeah,
like that's not driving.
Like the gameplay you can't fall on the gameplay. Yeah, but so I'm trying to get the most out of this. The most I can get out of it is like $10. I might just give it to you. You stole it.
I have it already.
I know.
I don't even like it.
I know, man. That was my dishonorable. That's the game I regret getting because I got it for $60 and I felt ripped off.
Yeah.
It had a lot of good, like, technology in it, like how great it looked back in 2013, but that ages and only like gameplay and story and characters.
Yeah. It's honestly a weak ass game. It's really
so
weak.
Disappointed. The same guy made Detroit Become Human.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does it Become Human?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But I was so burnt by that. So
Yeah.
I was like, eh. So that was my honorable mentions and dishonorable. Okay, so number 10 is probably on your list. Batman Arkham City.
It's definitely on my list. Yeah.
Yeah. I love this game. I think I played it a couple months after it came out. I love the original one, Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
They really did, this is the best Batman game.
Oh, hands down.
He had other kind of okay games, but this really changed, superhero games before that. Cause Superman N64, I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's the worst game ever. SpiderMan games are decent, but Rocksteady, the developers, they really went all out for it. The Joker in it, I think Mark Hamill plays.
Yeah, it was
Joker.
Mark Hamill.
And I forgot his name that plays.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. They have the original voice actors
from Batman the Animated Series. Yeah.
No, that's a great series.
Yeah.
And a lot of games copy the combat as well. Connor, a lot of games. Implemented
totally
that so much.
Yeah.
And it's from the original, it's from 2009.
Yeah.
And also, my favorite parts are the stealth. You could be also detective mode. I love that because stealth is probably my favorite genre. Also, flying around the city. You couldn't really do that in the original. And also, they also improved the boss fights so much. The
boss fights in Arkham City, I think, are my favorite of the whole series.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Maybe Arkham Origins is better. Maybe.
I haven't played Arkham Origins.
That one is it's okay, but I think definitely not as good as Arkham City or the main series as a whole. But I think the boss fights in Arkham Origins are probably that one's probably the best. But Arkham City definitely improved
What's his
on
name?
the first one.
Mr. Freeze.
That's the best. I love that boss
man.
Because you can't. It's not conventional.
No, not at all.
That's why it's so great to me.
Yeah, you have to. You can't keep on doing the same things.
Yeah,
you gotta think on your toes.
Because he learns, I guess. Yeah. After you use one, and it's all stealth. You can't fight him directly. You have to do something to hurt him, stun him first with your gadgets.
Yeah, and you have to use all the tools that you learn.
Yeah,
and it's great.
That's a good fight. It. Yeah, it was really creative.
And in the ending, spoilers.
Oh yeah, shit. The story is so good.
Yeah, it is. Spoilers. He kills the Joker.
Essentially.
And he dies, yeah. Right?
Yeah. What happens is, because I just replayed it, a couple months ago, I got it for PS4.
Oh, really?
I got the remastered one for PS4, because it was, $15, it was the first two. So I played them both within, the week or whatever. But yeah, at the very end, he, do you remember how he was sick, Batman? Yeah. And so was the Joker with, the same thing or whatever?
Oh, yeah, he did that to himself so he could become strong from the Titan. Right.
Yeah. He had the cure, Batman did, and Joker went to go grab it or something and knocked on the floor and it spilled so he couldn't get it. And that's how he died.
Yeah. Man. Those two their dynamic it's so interesting.
It's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And I'm so glad they have those classic actors playing them too. It
really improves it.
Yeah.
So Batman Arkham City, number 10.
We're gonna talk more about that later.
Also,
spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that more. I gotta say something more about the sequel. But what's your number 10?
My number 10. I think.
Where's your games at?
We record on my phone.
So I might have the game in here.
Well, we're gonna stick with a similar theme. It's actually Arkham Knight. It's my number 10.
Arkham Knight. Okay.
So I want to go into this with kind of I thought at the time, Batman Arkham City was probably the best game I ever played. Okay, I'm a huge Batman nerd.
And you came out. It came out. You played it when it came out, right?
Yeah, I was
2011.
Right yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Of course. I was so excited for it. I remember that was at the time where I still had Game Informers and
Oh yeah.
I got a Game Informer with the Batman Arkham City issue where they talk about how it's gonna have Catwoman and everything. I was just I'm in. I'm all in. I can't wait for this. And it totally exceeded my hype, which was already really high. So, that being said, to follow that up was going to be tough, right? So there was a couple years in between Arkham City and Arkham Knight. It was a good amount of time. Because actually, the main console for Sony even, I think, became PS4, right? Arkham Knight was a PS4 game, whereas the other two were PS3. So, a lot of time passed in between that, and there was like a lot of delays too to Arkham Knight. I have a lot of issues with it.
I do too.
Yeah, it's it's probably only on my top 10 because I don't play that many games.
Yeah,
but
I couldn't put it in my questions.
But
I got it right here.
It's still like there's a lot of what has always worked with, the Batman games. Like the combat is really cool, but there's some things they do like they try to innovate, and I don't understand what they were doing. Like with combat, like introducing the dual combat. That's so stupid to me.
Yeah.
Like it
wasn't implemented.
I never used it. Like you could just like switch between Catwoman or Batman, or sometimes it was Nightwing or Robin. It like didn't matter though. Like, it was so inconsequential to the fight.
They felt like they had to add more to it because they've already done like 2 great Batman games. They just like add more and more. Like what you had is great.
What they had was great.
Just probably expand to like what you already have to make it better. And also, can we talk about the elephant in the room?
The Batmobile?
Yes.
I'm glad I couldn't have an entry on this list without talking about the Batmobile.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Okay, so like in theory, the idea of driving the Batmobile would be sweet.
That was so cool when they first showed it. I'm like, yes. Yeah. I wanted to do this the whole entire time.
It's unfortunate that driving it is the dumbest thing ever. It's like driving that thing through the city where you have like tiny little lanes of like. There's no room, and the mechanics of it, like the steering, and then like the switching into the combat is so terrible. Like combat in the Batmobile is terrible.
Man, and you're fighting. He's kind of acting like it's Batman.
The Arkham Knight.
That's his name. I forgot his name. Yeah. The Arkham Knight, and it's that one like the levels you always have to face him in the tank.
In the tank.
Yeah, in the tanks and. Oh man, I just wanted to skip that so bad.
Yeah, it's so
like drags it down so much.
Yeah, and you use it so much in that game too. Yes. The Batmobile for combat, for transportation, like there's no way around it. You can't just like not do it. So
all right, let's talk about the more positive stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know, unless you want to say more about.
No, that was a big criticism I had of the game. It's my least favorite part of it. That and like the dual combat.
I think if it had it probably could have beat Arkham City.
Yeah, I mean like overall, it's still like the thing about it is visually it's amazing.
Oh yeah,
like it's so like such a step up from like the PS3 to the PS4. In terms of the visuals, like Arkham Knight looks so good.
I haven't played it since it came out.
Yeah, same. But I just remember it looking really, really good. And so I love the look of it. The Batman, the way he looked, everything was just so sharp. And Scarecrow looks like terrifying.
Yeah,
like it's such a good rendering of him.
They still keep some like most of the good stuff from the previous expand on.
Yeah, exactly. Most of it was still like the core gameplay, like in terms of like detective mode and combat, it's mostly the same.
I just can't remember as much stuff from that game as I do the previous games.
Yeah, same.
I played it before, so that tells you what I think of it.
Exactly. So it is a step down, I think, from Arkham City in a lot of ways, where it should have been a step up. That's why it's not higher on the list, probably, and why I didn't like it as much. But it's still like probably one of the best games that I play because I don't play that many games.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like it definitely deserved a spot in the top 10. Story, I also wish was better. Like, I love Arkham City story because it's like you incorporate all these other Batman villains in a way it just like makes sense. Like it's not like even though there's so many of them, it doesn't feel convoluted or like ham-fisted or anything. It like makes sense. And the story of Arkham Knight is probably good to people who don't know Batman, but like because I already knew the twist. Like when I got the game, I was like, I know who that is. And I was like, there's a 9 out of 10 chance that's Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Because like he's a character in the comics, he's Red Hood, so I figured he would be Red Hood essentially in the game. And the story in Arkham Knight, that's like all that the story revolves around. Really, is just the Red Hood storyline essentially playing out. So I was kind of disappointed with that because the other villains that are in there, like Penguin and Two-Face, they're just served on purpose. They're just like side missions.
They just try to add as much as in there for some reason.
Right.
I don't know why they did that. They just keep it more focused.
That's why I like the Arkham City story because like you had all these villains in it too, but like they served a purpose to the plot, like the main plot. So you had to like go through it, but it didn't feel forced or anything. So that's kind of my biggest criticism of Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I just keep on thinking about Arkham City and like all the. Like the Penguin's domain when he's like, there's sharks.
Yeah.
I just remember that.
That was so cool. Yeah.
I was just thinking about it, and then like I think about Arkham Knight. Just think about the Batmobile section.
Haunts your dream.
But like the flying in it, I think it's a little bit better. But have you played? Oh, yeah, never mind. You probably played it. Never mind. It's probably on your list.
Play what?
Some other superhero game.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get there.
You got everything?
Yeah, no, that's all I gotta say about Arkham Knight. Could have been better, but it's still pretty good. So my number 10.
It's good that we have good Batman games. Though.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So number 9, you probably never even heard of this. Bayonetta.
I've heard of it.
Bayonetta?
Yeah. I never played it, but I've heard of it.
You wouldn't like it. Bayonetta 1. Now 2, I enjoy it, but there's something about 1 that I enjoy so much. Okay, so it's made by Platinum Games. Like I was saying earlier, they're masters at frantic combat, like intricate combat. The director of it is Hideki Kamiya. He directed Devil May Cry. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Devil May Cry. Resident Evil 2. He actually made Resident Evil 2. Directed it. Very famous director of video games. Originally from Capcom, but now he's at Platinum. This is the most ridiculous game ever. It's kind of
It's the girl with like the sword on her foot, right? Essentially.
Well, she has guns on her feet. So she has guns. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. She has guns, and she uses her hair as clothing, and she uses the hair to summon demons. That's so fucking awesome.
It's so weird.
And I mean, you can see like how she is. So, I guess she's a witch, and it's like alien. I mean, not aliens, but angels and demons. Not demons, angels and like devils.
That's only for Wii.
It's only for Wii U.
Wii U. Okay.
2. It originally came out. The first one originally came out on PS3, Xbox, and PC, but they couldn't get anybody to make the second one, so they had the Wii U come out on the Wii U. I mean, but it's on the Switch now.
Okay.
So
yeah,
and they're making a third one. It's like when you like watch some cutscenes, and they're doing so like crazy stuff, frantic crazy stuff that you wish you could do yourself. This is in this game, and I've never experienced that before I played that game. It came out originally 2010, the first one, and the story doesn't matter. Who cares? But the characters are so entertaining. It's the most insane stuff you ever seen in your life, and I enjoy every moment of it. The combat system is extremely deep. It's very challenging, so like a game I enjoy trying to master. I think I played it twice. It's like it's so many layers to this game, and it's really a focus on the characters and like the mechanics of the game. It's just something you have to experience. So many like different tools and weapons in it, skills, and like the crazy combos that you can pull off on enemies. It's like exhilarating. Like it's nothing like it. It's probably not a game for you though. You would think this is the dumbest thing ever probably because it doesn't take itself serious at all.
I mean, I don't always hate that.
I mean, what games do you play like that?
They like don't take themselves too seriously
at all. Yeah.
I thought the first 2 God of Wars were kind of like that to me.
I mean, no, God of War takes itself serious.
The new one,
serious, huh?
not the old one.
The old one takes itself serious.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh,
I thought it was a joke. I thought they knew. It was
Are
dumb.
you serious? Why?
Because it's so dumb. Like I thought they knew that it was dumb. Like I thought they knew that Kratos was overly masculine.
Oh, he is.
That's what I mean. Like
it's still
it's like excessive.
It's not even crazy. It's way past that.
Okay.
It's way the bosses. Thank you for comparing to God of War. You think the bosses in God of War is big? These are like planet size. It's great.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
It is cool. You just gotta realize that they don't care about like things making sense and like don't take anything serious. Just enjoy the ride, and you'll it's nothing like it at all. Not even close. I can't even think of something other than like his other games. So Bayonetta 2. I mean Bayonetta 1. I like the first one better. So,
okay. Right.
You just look it up online and look up the boss fights and see what you think of it. It's ridiculous. I love it.
Probably the best way for me to experience games these days.
Yeah, probably watching it. I mean, most kids and people do that.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, your turn.
All right.
Number 9.
Number 9 for me was the Uncharted, the last one. Deep Sin. I don't.
Hold on a second, I got it. I got every game so far. Uncharted, A Thief's End. Yeah.
Another one I will admit was a little bit of a disappointment from what I was expecting.
Disappointments on your list.
Because I don't play enough video games. But that being said, there was still it's still a great game.
It looks amazing, first of all.
It does. Yeah, the visuals in this game, again, you can definitely tell just it's such a step up from the PS3, right? Because that's when the third one came out, was for PS3, right?
2011.
Yeah, so it's like Arkham Knight in the way that there was so much improvement from one console to the next in terms of visuals. Gameplay is still pretty good. I think this one, I love it. I don't like it as much as number 2. Which
number 2 is the peak of the series.
Was my favorite one. But I did like it more than number 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because only about 3
I think it's kind of even for me.
I didn't like the combat in number 3 as much. There's
the combat's better than that.
Yeah.
The story, I think I enjoy Uncharted 3 more for some reason.
Yeah, the story in this one is a little kind of whack, I guess. The whole thing with introducing a brother.
Yeah, I hate so that. Late in it.
Yeah, and it's that to me is so lazy, and I hate when video games or movies, anything, where they're like, oh, you have a brother we've never mentioned before.
It feels like they're running out of ideas. This continues on. But, see, the chemistry between them is not as good as him and Sully. And I don't think he's in it as much.
Sully, I don't remember him being in it at all, but he must have been, right?
See, in the third one, it's more about their relationship.
Yeah,
in
he was a mentor to him, and
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the relationship. Yeah. Now with him and his brother, I can't remember his name.
I don't either. Tommy, or is that? Am I thinking of The Last of Us?
I'm thinking of The Last of Us.
I can't remember his name.
See, we're getting Naughty Dog games mixed up. But he was just not memorable.
No, he really wasn't, and
he kind of an asshole to him, the bad brother,
and betrays him and stuff. And then I don't know, I didn't care about him when does he die? Did he die?
No, he doesn't.
I don't care about him.
He doesn't die. I don't think anybody dies.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I feel care.
Oh, I guess nobody has to die. It's not that kind of type of story.
No, it's not.
But what else you gotta say?
I just want to say, the combat is just. I remember it being. I haven't played it since it came out. I don't know if do I own this or did I just borrow it from you? I think I borrowed it.
Probably.
I think that's how I played it. So I don't even I couldn't even replay it if I wanted to unless I borrowed it from him. But I
love how you give it to me.
I don't want it anymore. It's a good game. The combat's better. I think the visuals are way better. Like I said, just a step up, in terms of quality for a visual standpoint. From PS3 to PS4. Uncharted games are really good. They're really cinematic.
Yeah.
That's still there. That feel of great music. It's like you're watching an Indiana Jones movie or something. Yeah, that's what
it gets compared to a lot.
Yeah.
And it wasn't when it originally came out 2007 and then eventually 2009. There was no games like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cinematic and story driven and characters you can really relate to and feel down to earth but still just such a joy to watch.
Yeah. And Nathan Drake is pretty charismatic. So
yeah. He's a great character.
Yeah.
But now it's continue on down the road. You get more games like that trying to copy them. Actually.
Yeah.
Actually, Tomb Raider is trying to Tomb Raider came out and they say they copied Uncharted copied Tomb Raider and now people Tomb Raider is copying them. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of I think we had enough of it.
Of Uncharted? Yeah, they could put it to rest for a while. And maybe reboot it in 20 years or something. I don't know.
But they did make The Lost Odyssey. I heard it was even better than 4.
I don't know. I didn't play
That's what I heard. I guess because it's new characters. It has, I'll say Phoebe. What's her name?
Chloe,
yeah.
I think I have that one at home, but I still haven't played it.
Yeah. But I think the combat is good because it's more open. I think it has you can swing around and stealth kill people. I like that.
Yeah.
I like the section where you're driving the Jeep in the open world.
Yeah.
I think I wanted that more. I think. Because
it's
something different. Because I don't really care if they
change the pace.
Have it more linear.
Yeah.
Like how they usually do. But what's the other thing they did? The sections where they're doing sliding. Did you like those parts?
Sliding?
The platforming, you slide on the rocks, and there's a lot of sliding.
Barely remember that.
See, yeah. See, and what did you think about the antagonist, the main antagonist?
I don't even remember the antagonist.
Yeah, see. Anything else for your number?
I'm good.
Okay.
Jeremy said all I've needed to say.
Yeah, I probably remember more.
He remembers more about that.
Hey, but I feel the same. It was still a good game.
It was still a pretty solid game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't meet the expectation that I had for it, which is
I remember.
But
I remember seeing that first trailer. I'm like, yes, I'm so excited.
yeah.
I think we just keep on getting disappointed by big budget games.
Yeah, I think sometimes too it's like these games like they get announced or teased before they're ready, and then they're like, then they get delayed. Like this one got delayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Arkham Knight did,
like
and it doesn't really end up even helping it. The delay, something's still missing, and I don't know what it is. So
man,
yeah. But overall, I thought it was a good experience. It was a good and a fitting end. If it really, I hope.
Oh yeah, I like the ending.
I think it's and it's conclusion to the main series of Uncharted, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we need, just like a nice conclusion. Because when you have a story and yeah.
All right, so Uncharted 4, number 9, right?
Yep.
Wait, number 9?
Yeah,
number 8 now?
You're at number 8 now.
I missed something, but okay. So number 8 is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Have you played this?
Don't
have
have
you
Switch.
Huh? You don't have a Switch?
No.
This is a Wii U.
I thought it was for Switch.
It released the same day.
Oh, I didn't know they still make games for Wii U.
No, that was they don't. This Wii U. I'm the only person that
When
has
did
a Wii
this
U.
come out?
It came out 2017. It came out the same day as the Switch came out.
Wow.
2017. So I've never actually beaten the Zelda game. Have you ever?
I've only played like Majora's Mask on like 64. That's the last one I played.
Did you like it?
No.
No.
But I was also like 5 years old. So
that's way too long for that game.
Yeah.
I can't. I've always gotten stuck in Zelda games.
That's what I got stuck and I gave up because I was like, I think like the memory card I had in my N64 controller didn't work because nothing would save and I go back and everything.
Yeah, you need a memory card for that game.
Yeah.
For Majora's Mask. You never played Ocarina.
I never really had the Nintendo consoles.
Oh, that's
like I never had a GameCube growing up, so like I only ever played like Smash Brothers Melee at like people's house, but I never actually had a GameCube. So I'm sorry to disappoint you.
You had a Wii at least, right?
No,
everybody had a Wii.
I had no Wii.
Your mom didn't want to play bowling?
No.
Okay, so
I played it at people's house.
I'm not a nerd like him, so I have Nintendo systems. Zelda. Okay, so this is the very first Zelda game I've ever beaten, and what makes this so great is they actually give you complete freedom. You can go anywhere you want in this game. Like in most games, they tell you it's open world and you can go anywhere you want. But this game, you can climb anything from the start. It's like a little bit of a tutorial moment in the beginning, but after you get like your parachute and you open up your first tower, you can go anywhere.
But there is like a campaign, right? Like there's a story.
Yeah, there's a story.
But it's open world story.
Open world story.
Cool.
But
okay.
I've never had that sense of adventure in a game like this.
Yeah.
And I usually like shorter games, more linear games that tells a more tighter story, like more tighter, like feel like there's an end goal.
Yeah.
But like this, like I can just play and just go anywhere and just enjoy the environment. It's very serene and like the art style has more cel shaded.
It's weird, but it's cool though.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst version of it, but I didn't see any problems with it, and it's beautiful. That's why I enjoy more, I guess, like abstract like art styles in video games, more like simplistic, instead of like super hyper realistic, because that ages, with the technology.
Yeah.
And this will always look good to me.
Yeah, because it's like cartoony, I guess, or
more cartoony. But like one of the downsides of it, like the story, I guess the story in Zelda games it's not the point, but I feel like it's just so hollow, and it like they didn't, and the dungeons in it is not as good as the other ones. I feel like that's my biggest criticisms, and also the weapon degradation, like your weapon breaks.
I heard that. Yeah.
Oh man, I guess they try to make you use a whole bunch of different items, weapons, and I guess that's cool in ways, but like it felt like a real world because you get to get materials out in the world and you get to cook, and and usually games like they just have like specific things that you get, but like you gotta think like, oh, how would like this come with this like materials, and you cook it, and sometimes it doesn't come out good, and sometimes it does, and it's like it feels like a real like breathing world, and it's very beautiful, and there's really no music in it. It's just like little like hints of music sometimes, and it's like it just captures your imagination. Yeah, and I think you should try to play this.
Can I tell you? But I think I'm gonna love that game.
You will love it.
If I've had a Nintendo system, I've thought about getting a Switch. When I saw that,
it's worth getting the Switch for this.
I almost got the Switch just for that game. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely something that at some point I'm gonna play. You know, I just gotta get a Nintendo. I just have like no other reason to get a Switch except for like, that
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers too, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Switch. I want to Switch so bad, but this game definitely play if you want some like sense of adventure and stuff. And also they have like these shrines where they have like, you know, puzzles. I don't know if you enjoy doing puzzles in games?
Sometimes depends on what the puzzle is.
Man, sometimes I hate puzzles because I feel like such an idiot when but once you get it,
God of War, like the old ones, the puzzles, I felt so fucking dumb.
Man. Yeah. Sometimes I just look it up. I can't do it anymore. Like as a kid, I was like, no, I don't want to do it. But I did that. Now I do.
The game Ico. You ever play that?
Oh man,
the puzzle. That's basically just a long puzzle game. And I did it all on my own except for one. I can't remember what it was, but I had to look it up. But
it feels
you
good
feel stupid.
Yeah, you feel so stupid. But once you get it, you're like, man, I can't believe I didn't get that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not as good. But Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's an experience.
Yeah. I can't wait to play it whenever I do. I will play it eventually. I mean, like, obviously, it's like a medieval fantasy game.
Oh, yeah.
Open world. How could I not like it? You know, it's like...
It's great.
Yeah.
It's more kid-friendly, though.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's not, like, violent.
I'm not expecting a red wedding or anything.
Okay. But I love this game, and I'm not the biggest Zelda fan.
Right.
I enjoy Zelda, but this got me wanting to play, like, the other games.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So, Breath of the Wild.
I'll definitely be checking that out at some point.
I'll even let you borrow my Wii U just to play it. Yeah. I'm the only one that has a Wii U now.
You're such a good friend.
That's too good.
What's that go to?
I need somebody to talk to about this.
There's plenty of people that play that game.
Nobody I want to talk to, though. Okay, I just want to talk to you about it. All right.
Okay. Need more friends.
Do I really need friends? More friends?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
I'm okay, but you need more than just me.
I mean, I have my girlfriend, so that's all I need.
You need more than just me and your girlfriend.
Why? People suck. Okay, no offense.
People do suck.
If you watch this, then you can be my friend. But other than that, no.
He's lying. He doesn't.
If you pause it, don't be my. Get out of here. Okay, go ahead.
Number 8.
It's your weak ass list. Let's go. I'm mad now. You said I need more.
I'm sorry, I'm all distracted.
I'm hungry, man. See, look, you didn't. He got Tim Hortons.
I got Tim Hortons because I didn't want to be hangry. I wanted to be in a good mood while I was doing this.
Now I'm hangry.
I know. Do you want to go get a snack?
No. Okay. Just go all the way through.
All right.
I don't have. Okay. Yes, assistant. Yeah, thank you. All
right, our intern.
Yeah, interns. Wait till we have interns. Let's go.
That we hired. Number 8, SpiderMan PS4.
Yeah, that's the game I was talking
about. You knew it's gonna be on the list for me. Like, okay, so
I haven't played it. I haven't beaten it. I couldn't get into it.
Wow, you haven't even beaten it?
No.
You fucker.
I have it too.
Like, piece of shit.
It's out there. I'm not getting it. It's too far.
So yeah, like I don't really play a lot of video games. Obviously, a lot of them are superhero related because I love superheroes. Sorry.
Come on, me with video games, superheroes.
Sorry, okay.
Jerk off Batman.
All right. So the thing about Spider-Man, like I'll admit, is it basically a ripoff of Batman? Yes.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, the web swinging is cool, but once I got into the combat, I'm like, I feel like I played this before.
It's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's Batman. There's no counter, right? You dodge instead of countering, but it's mostly and like being Spider-Man, it's different.
It's gonna be
power
different
set. Yeah. You're a lot more overpowered. I think that was the biggest criticism.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
I played the game on hard first way through.
You played it on hard.
I played it on hard because
Wow.
it looked too easy, man. It looked way too fucking easy. So I played it on hard the first playthrough, and yeah, it was easy. It was still easy.
That's why I can't get into it.
That being said, okay, as a Spider-Man game, like there have been good Spider-Man games. It's just been a while. You know, the last one I really remember being good was the one that was off of the movie Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Which is very similar. This like took a lot of nods from that. Like it's
really? I like that one.
That one's also open world, you know, and it's like, but this one is just like a modern update, I think, of that game kind of. Story is great. It's like one of the best Spider-Man stories I've seen in a long time. And it's in a video game. It's not even in a movie or anything. You know, I wish the movies were this good for the most part. You know,
that's why you play video games. The video games have good stories now.
So Spider-Man PS4 story is like it's one of the best Spider-Man stories I've seen in a while. You know, a lot of it's kind of predictable. I mean, like I didn't see Otto Octavius and think, oh, I wonder if he's gonna become Dr. Octopus.
He becomes what? He becomes a villain? What? Are you serious?
So it's like, you know,
who would have thought?
Not a huge twist or anything.
Yeah.
And like they introduced Miles Morales. You've seen Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
So that character, they introduced him, but he doesn't have powers yet. But you know he's gonna get them by the end of the thing, cause you know,
it's gonna be a sequel too.
Yeah, and he does get like bitten. Spoiler alert: he gets bitten by one of the spiders in the game.
We don't spoil the games here, okay? Spider-Man is a new franchise that has never been done before, okay? No, never.
No one knows the origin story of Spider-Man.
Also, it's not an origin story, right?
It's not. That's another thing I like too, is that it's also like this, you know, version of Spider-Man. He's been Spider-Man for a little bit, you know, so it's kind of like you're just in the swing of things. No pun intended.
There was a pun intended.
It was not intended.
You should have intended that. Oh, I loved it. Okay,
but I love, so the story is so great. I love it. I love the way that, like, it's emotional. Like, there's some really, like, the part at the end, I was like, damn, like, this really hurt me. Like, it was impactful, you know, because, like, the relationships that get established there between, like, Peter and Octavius, like, the way he looks up to him as kind of like a mentor. And spoiler alert, he kind of betrays him. Yeah.
What?
I know, he becomes bad. And just
I haven't
like
played it, remember?
Yeah,
I want to play it. Though. I will.
I love the incorporation of stealth in Spider-Man because I'd never had that. Like, I don't remember ever playing a Spider-Man game where you had to do stealth.
You're just fighting people.
Yeah, I mean, it basically is like Arkham Asylum for the most part. That's a big criticism. Is that it's like they took so many nods from the Batman Arkham games in terms of like the stealth and. But
does anything separate it from that though?
Yeah,
other than like being Spider-Man, of course, is gonna be different.
Yeah, the thing about most of the time you can choose whether you want to stealth or combat somebody. I guess you could kind of do that in Arkham City too. But for the most part, you would just get shot and you die.
Yeah,
you try to go with people with guns. Whereas like in Spider-Man,
you get the choice.
You kind of get the choice for you, so you kind of can choose how you approach a room of guys for the most part. There's like certain challenges where you have to do stealth or whatever. But it was cool. I really like the way that they incorporate Mary Jane, too, into the story. You know, and she's, like, a playable character for some of the time.
She's a playable character, really?
Yeah, you sometimes will, like, control her or Miles Morales. And he doesn't have any powers yet, either, so you're, like, just normal human characters. You don't fight or anything, but you do other stuff, you know? And sometimes you're like Mary Jane working in conjunction with Spider-Man. Like she'll call somebody out and then he'll take her up. Like there's one part where you have to like look around as her and say like, oh, take out that guy or whatever. It's cool. So I really like the way they incorporated those like other side characters into the gameplay. Overall, I mean like it's not amazing in the way that it's like it's revolutionary or anything. They didn't reinvent the wheel. But they made probably the best Spider-Man game to date. You know,
so something to be proud of. It's made by Insomniac, you know.
Insomniac.
Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, is that? I didn't know it was them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
You ever play that?
Yeah, I played Ratchet and Clank when I was a kid. So I'm really excited for the sequel. For whatever it's gonna, there's probably definitely gonna make a sequel.
There's gonna be a sequel because it's actually the best-selling PS4 game.
Yeah,
exclusive.
Yeah, so like whenever that does come out, whenever they make a sequel, you know, I can't wait to see what they do in terms of like expanding on that, making it bigger. I already heard a couple of rumors about where they're gonna go with it, so I think this is a good start for like a new franchise for Spider-Man. Visually, it's great. My biggest criticism too is probably the boss fights are pretty weak.
Oh man.
Like. You barely have any boss fights until like the very end, and then they like form a Sinister Six of villains because they get released from the Supermax prison in the ocean or whatever, and then like you fight them all like 2 at a time, and the boss fights aren't really creative. Like it's the same kind of thing. Where, like you identify a pattern and then you take them out, you punch them. It's not like Batman Arkham City where like every villain had like a different power set.
Yeah.
You know, every boss had a different power set. I really wish they would have explored that a little bit more. Maybe in the sequel, we'll see. But for the most part, I thought the boss fights could have been done better.
Yeah. So in movies they say like, oh, the sequel's hard to do. Like sequels never. In games, they usually are better. Because it's like the gameplay, they can work upon it and do something better. Yeah. So they have an idea and they make it better in the sequel. So.
I think usually the expectation is that a sequel is going to be better for a game.
Oh yeah, that's
than the original.
That's what I usually think of. Yeah. Like, I'll just wait until the sequel to make, because they can build upon it, expand it.
So I can't wait to see what they do with this Spider-Man. But that's all I gotta say about that.
Was number 7?
That was number 8. You're number 7.
Oh. Number 7, the game I beat the most recent on this list, Yakuza 0.
I've heard of that. I think you told me about
love this game so freaking much. Wait, you know what Yakuza is in Japan?
I know what the actual it's like the Mafia kind of.
Mafia.
Yeah.
This game the series started on the PS2 and didn't really have an audience in the United States. And this is only in Japanese too. Like they don't have a American dub, so like they keep it more like traditional with it. But this game, Yakuza 0, came out like 2017, and it made the game very popular. I heard more about it, so I had to play it. You ever heard of Shenmue?
Shenmue, the way.
Never mind. I'm gonna continue on. It's like some people say it's a spiritual successor. To Shenmue.
Why you love it? You love saying it.
Because it's a good word to use for this situation, okay?
You'll take any opportunity. Your name in my phone for like 5 years was spiritual successor.
What is it now?
Jeremy.
Oh, you lame. You shouldn't change it back.
I will change it back.
Oh man, this is my dream. Wait,
what
there's
do you mean by that?
I'm about to explain. It's my dream game because they recreate a lot of Japan, and it feels like I'm living in Japan. Like it feels so realistic.
That is your dream.
Yeah, but I guess like the graphics is not as good as other games because it's not really open world. It's like a smaller area. I can't really compare it to anything like more modern because it has like more of an old school feel to it. But I'm not that big a fan of like big worlds like Skyrim. Like it's too big. Like it's too much going on. This is more focused in it, and man, the story is great. It's like it's about Kiru, this guy, and Majima, eye patch guy, and then they're in the Yakuza, and like this guy, even though he's in the Yakuza, he's a good natured guy. The guy who saved him from like the orphanage, like he raised him. He was in the Yakuza. He wanted to be just like him, so he grows up to be him. But he's not really like the type, like the gangster type. He's like a good guy, but like he wants to mold the Yakuza in his own image, and like he just he's like very good fighter, so is him. Majima. It's hard to explain because it's actually split into 2 stories. And then they combine at the end, and they interconnect.
I kind of love when narratives do that.
And it's done very well. Like first you play with Kiryu, and then like a couple of chapters later you go into Majima's story, and it all centers around this blind girl that like has like an important thing that I'm not going to spoil, but like they're all connected, and at the end they don't meet until I guess they don't meet towards the end, but like you're looking forward to it, and like the moves in it it's very simple. Like the gameplay is not like complex, but it's very satisfying. Like, and it's kind of cartoony, like how like you can like uppercut people in the fights, but in the cutscenes it's like dead on serious. It's great story, great writing, and great cinematography. Like they could just be sitting on the bar, and it's just like entertaining how they do it, and it just makes it so interesting. And you don't see that in a lot of like Japanese games because they don't really care about story as much as like Western. Yeah. It's like more like about the gameplay. But this is one of the best stories told by like Japanese game writers, I think, and it's localized so well. Like it felt like the American like localization team really cared about it, and they put a lot of good stuff into it. Now, the mini games in this, like you can go around and just hang out, and the mini games in it. Okay, some of the mini games is like, of course, there's pool. You can bowl. You can also do karaoke. And the karaoke scenes is hilarious. Eventually, they break out into like a fictionalized world where they're like a band. It's you look up the karaoke scenes in Yakuza 0, I guess, and it's great. You see like these manly men like fighting, like oh I'll kill you, and then like out of nowhere like they're singing, and they have like this takes place in 1988. So they have like a telephone service where you can like call up girls and stuff. I don't know, this is a Japan thing. And like the way they do it is so funny. It's over dramatic and I just love it. It's like tongue in cheek, I guess. Just like explain it. But even though they do that, it's like tonally like all crazy. It's still the story is so it's still engaging and you will enjoy it. I think anybody will enjoy it. What else? Oh, one of the best things. The best side missions ever, I think, in the game. Not because they're like
ever.
I think ever, because the stories that they tell are so funny and so personal. I don't want to spoil them because there's like short stories that like they make it seem so like human, like the people in the world, and like they go around. And like man, like and they come back sometimes. It's like, hey, remember me? I'm like, yeah, I remember your little story, and it makes the world feel so much more alive, and like you enjoy being there, and like you want to see what's next around the corner. There's one story, this funny story. This kid wants to buy a magazine like in a vending machine, and like you go up there and you see it's like a porno magazine vendor, and and there's like people around it, and like there's like a game where you can't let somebody see you buy it. He's conflicted, thinking like, oh, should I buy a porn magazine for a little kid? But like but he says like as a kid, I mean I wanted to be the cool like guy. I don't want to be like the guy that stopped me from getting a porn magazine. So he actually buys it to her, like don't tell your mother about it. It's just one story. And it gets crazy. It's also like heart warming stories too. It's not just like silly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to the game, and I loved it. It's the last game, one of the last games I beat, and it surprised me how great it was. I think you might like it.
It sounds interesting.
I don't think you want to like listen to all Japanese stuff. It's a lot of reading.
Oh, I don't mind.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really matter to me. I watched the whole.
And then graphically, it's not impressive.
Yeah.
The cutscenes are, but like when you just walk around and talking to people, it's not impressive. It's not like a voice acting. But.
Yeah, I don't mind stuff with subtitles. Like I watched the whole 2 seasons of the show. It's in French because I just really like the setting and everything. So it doesn't really bother me. You know, it depends on what I'm doing. But yeah. All right, my number 7 is the Super Smash Brothers for Wii. The Wii U, I think. It's one from like 2014.
Yeah, Wii U. I had it over here.
It was just called like Super Smash Brothers, I think was the name.
Yeah. Yeah, Wii U.
I started playing. I never owned it, but I played it at a friend's house a lot, and I remember that one being crazy because that's one where you could have like 8 players and shit.
Yeah, I love that so much.
And that was madness. We did that so many times. We just
had
like 8 controllers and like.
I wish I could have done that more. When did you do this? And where was I? Where's mine? Like.
I don't know.
You had 8 people? See, look, that's why I need more friends, because I don't have 8 people.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but...
No, but yeah, like, that shit was madness. We only did, like, once with, like, 8 people.
Oh,
like,
you only did it once? Okay.
With, like, 8 people.
Okay.
Like, I played it many times, but we only did it once where we had, like, enough people to have, and enough controllers to do, like, the 8-person. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I just love that one. Like, I was, like...
I love it, too.
It
would be on my list, but...
With Bowser.
Well, you play a Bowser?
I played Bowser, dude. He was my guy.
I actually have a friend that actually plays the Bowser. And he does the kamikaze. He grabs. Oh wait, what's that? Yeah, Bowser grabs you. You can
jump,
hold him down and jump off and kill yourself with him. Asshole. I hate that. Did you ever do that?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't play with you then.
Yeah, I was a Bowser main for a while, I guess, because like that was the guy I would always go to. Like
He's powerful, yeah.
I liked him. I liked Charizard. I liked a couple other.
Oh, you like the heavies?
Yeah, I do.
I can't. I gotta play with somebody fast, but I guess the only person I really played was Luigi. Huge Luigi fans. What?
I couldn't get good with him.
Yeah, I've been playing with him since the first one. That was like 20 years now. So I'm.
There's also the one chick who was basically Roy. I can't remember her name.
Lucia?
Yeah. I played her a lot too. But yeah, I just remember that one probably, like, I played a lot of those games over the years, you know, like at friend's house and stuff. Like I said, I never owned a Nintendo, but, sorry, God.
For kids. Go ahead.
But anyway, yeah, that was probably the best one that I played. I haven't played the newest one yet, the Ultimate for Switch.
Oh, that's why it's not on the list, because Ultimate is basically
the
ultimate. It's Ultimate.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, it has like
that,
a
but just better.
Yeah.
It's DLC.
Yeah,
basically.
I probably would play, like, you know, I probably would put that one at number 7 if I had played it, but I haven't played it yet, so.
That one probably I played the least because in between like releases, because Brawl came out in 2008. I think I played that the most.
Yeah.
And then that came out in 2014, so there was a big gap between it.
Yeah.
But the last one, Ultimate, came out in 2018, so
yeah.
I don't play it as much because I don't have a Switch. Ugh. But I do, and nobody wants to play that because this is basically the improved version of it. Brawl. Well, not Brawl, but for Wii U.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers.
Why?
Can we talk about how like movies? Another time, can we talk about how like movies and games will just like use the same title? Like even God of War.
Yes.
I hate that.
It's so confusing now.
It is so confusing.
You got God of War 2018, God of War 2005. Like
just
what?
Put a subtitle there.
Yeah.
You know why? Why is this so hard?
Because they're trying to. Oh, people don't remember that. They don't go back and play old stuff. They don't watch old stuff.
But it's a continuation of the same thing.
It is. That's why I have a big.
I don't watch Fast and Furious, but they did the same thing too. Well, I guess like theirs was like the Fast and the Furious, and then like they have one that's called Fast and Furious.
It's so.
But even still, like that's just
stupid.
Did you
see the trailer for it?
The newest one? Yeah, it looks so stupid.
Oh, it's so ridiculous that I'm kind of like enjoying it now. It's so ridiculous.
I have never watched. I've not watched one of those movies. Oh, I watched the end of the one where Paul Walker died. I was like, this is so trash.
You would absolutely hate it because it's the dumbest thing ever.
I would. All right, we're not gonna talk about Fast and Furious, but yes. Okay. But I was just gonna say like because like Super Smash Brothers, this one I'm talking about, it did that same thing. There's like, it's just called Super Smash Brothers. Like I don't know why they have to do that. Like just come up with another subtitle. Why is this so hard?
You know,
even like a word. The other ones were just like Melee, Brawl, Ultimate, just like.
You know why they did it?
Why?
Because the 3DS version came out the same day, I think, or a couple days after, so they didn't want to confuse people.
Well, you failed.
They don't care.
You confused me.
Nintendo was really stupid back then with the Wii U. It was a complete failure. So
it really was, yeah.
Yeah, I think only like 2 people bought it. So
yeah,
I think I was one of them. So, I am one of them.
And my other friend Carson was the one that bought it.
Yeah,
that's right. That's
the 2
right.
people.
Game, yeah.
But man, see, look, I wanted to put it on the list, but Super Smash Brothers. I mean, it doesn't change much over each game.
It's the same. Yeah.
But like, I heard Brawl is like the weakest one, but these games, like, I think of it as one game. It's just like continuation.
Yeah, it's kind of a good way to think of it.
Yeah, and it has everybody in it.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Yeah,
it has so many fighters. It's kind of like the dream of like any like Nintendo fan or any people that play video games. And it's great. It's a great game, and that's probably the game I played the most in my life. Yeah. I played so many countless nights with my friends.
Yeah.
That I don't play as much.
It's a very social game.
Yeah. The single player is like playing by yourself is definitely sad. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. So that's probably why I don't really play it. But that's the game I play the most, and that's one that I have the most memories is playing with friends. So
yeah.
I mean, it's not much more you can talk about it.
No,
it's like the ultimate party game.
It really is. Yeah. So that's
anybody can enjoy.
Yeah. And if I had played Ultimate, it probably would have taken this slot.
Yeah, but Ultimate is basically...
It's the same thing. Yeah.
I guess it's like different fighting, but kind of... Yeah. I can't tell it.
Yeah.
I can't tell the difference. I'm not that deep into it.
Me either.
I mean, I wish I could be, but I wouldn't play actually the other games. So that was
my number 7, yeah.
Number 6.
I can't believe you have this on the list even.
I love this game.
I didn't think you loved it.
Overwatch.
Yeah, I know. I play it all the time.
This probably would be number 1 if number 1, but closer to it. If they had a single player.
I really wish I had a campaign too.
Or something like that.
Maybe an Overwatch too.
Yeah. But I don't think, but it's not like that nowadays. They want, a lot of companies focus on multiplayer, which is sad for me. As I guess I'm getting too old because people don't
online kind of sucks sometimes because a lot of the communities are really toxic too, and like especially in Overwatch. Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm not a big multiplayer guy. I usually play single player, but when I see the trailer for this, I'm like, wow, this is so awesome. Like the characters so colorful, so distinct. Like you don't see that a lot, and you just want to learn more about the characters. I mean, I guess you don't really learn about them, but then you find out it's this first-person multiplayer game. Like, dang, I guess I'll try it out. Yeah. And I play it, and I heard so much about it. And it's a class-based shooter. I don't really play those either. Like, you have a certain class. I usually play with what's the ninja in it? What's his name? Genji. Yeah, of course I'll play with Genji. Genji and May.
Yeah,
I like girl. May. I love freezing people. It's so fun.
She's the worst.
So satisfying.
I do it all the time too, but she's so bad. Like she's Kiko.
Yeah. I mean that's probably the two people I probably play with the most. I can't really think of everybody else. Yeah. That's probably the mains. I wanted to play with Hanzo more because he shoots arrow, but he's so hard to play with.
Oh, he's so hard to be good with.
Oh man. So everybody plays very different.
Yeah, there's so many heroes and everybody, like, it takes a learning curve to almost all of them. You know, some are easier than others.
You can play this really forever.
Oh, I think. For sure. And they keep adding heroes too, like, over time.
For free, right?
For free.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
Huge draw, is that all the DLC is just there for you. I mean, there's some stuff you can buy, like, they'll put skins out that are, like, exclusive.
I've been so tempted to buy it.
Yeah.
So tempted to buy it, because it's cool, man. You customize it.
Yeah.
But I hate that. And now in games, you got to buy everything.
Yeah.
That's another discussion for another time. But
yeah.
I'm going to keep more positive. But, like, the characters are so cool. Like, they're all, like, what they say in it. And so creative how they, like, you know, like, the art design and the design of the characters is so memorable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Overwatch is so popular. I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't, like, I guess this is, like, more hardcore game. But, this is, like, the last game I really played online that I really wanted to get good at. I mean, we played it together.
A couple times.
I think this is, like, one of
the
few games that we actually played together. I think the other one is Mortal Kombat. Oh, so I forgot about Mortal Kombat. I wanted to mention
We'll talk about that.
Okay, I knew it was going to be on your list anyways. But Overwatch, I want more of it. I do want to get back into it, but do you still play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still play it?
It's not as what it used to be, but I still play it.
I heard it's gone downhill.
People say
they changed it a lot.
Well, they did change it a lot. They have I don't know, you probably haven't played the role queue.
What's that?
So, like, what happens now is you have a different rank competitively for every single like type. So they break it up where, like, now every team has to have 2-2-2. So 2 tanks, 2 damage, and 2 support. And you lock in a role before you play a game. You can't switch the role.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You can only do it in certain modes now. And they have, like, a lot of different modes. That's the one thing about it. It's kind of cool. If you want to just, like, fuck around, there's, like, a mode where it's, like, total mayhem. But they have tried... That's one drawback, I think. Like, it kind of... Because people, like, in the higher-ups were, like, doing these really weird compositions with, like, 3 tanks, 3 healers. Like, oh, I can't have this. Like, why? Just let people do it. You know, like, what does it matter? You know?
See, that's why I have a big problem with multiplayer games where they always trying to update it. Like Destiny.
Overwatch does it probably too much.
Destiny, you ever played that?
I played it for a little bit.
It's kind of like Halo.
Yeah.
It's made by the same people. They always, like, when I originally bought it, it was so bare bones. And they always want to update it to the same game over and over again. And, like, they just want you to play the same game for the rest of your life. And I hate that, how it is now. But... I'm saying this, but I want to get back into the Overwatch and maybe even wait for a sequel.
They are Overwatch.
Wait, is it?
It's coming out. I think this year. I think like later.
See, look, I want to get into that.
Yeah,
but I have to buy a subscription to PlayStation Plus. So.
Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah.
It used to be back in the day you could do it for free, but Overwatch, it's a great game, great characters, great gameplay, very addicting.
We'll talk about it more too. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. I was going to ask you about it, but that was my number 6.
All right, my number 6. What I put? You're gonna hate me so much. My number 6 was actually Rock Band 3. Came out 2010. Look, okay, I like Rock Band.
Casual
right?
Gamers.
Yes, I am. That's a great game.
Can I tell you the guitar? I have the one over there.
No.
We should play it.
Yeah.
I like Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
A little preface about me. I play music, right?
I didn't even know you played it.
Played Rock Band?
Yeah, I never know you played it. So.
I love those games, dude.
It makes sense.
It's like kind of what got me. I actually.
It's not as popular as it used to be, but go ahead.
The first Rock Band taught me how to play drums. I'm dead ass serious. I never had drum lessons.
What?
I never
teach you how to play.
It can teach you how to play drums. It can't teach you how to play guitar.
Oh well, yeah.
Because that shit's like there's no strings or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned to play actual drums by learning like.
They teach you? Or
no, I just learned because like when you start to the way you have to play a Rock Band drum set, you learn the coordination of like a hi-hat snare. And so I just got.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
It's basically an electronic drum kit. I learned drums literally from playing Rock Band.
Wait, when did Rock Band come out?
First one was 2007, I think, and the second one was 2008, 2009. This one I'm talking about right now came out 2010. It was a couple years after. I think it was 2010 or 2011. It's the third one.
I have Guitar Hero. Let's just use this one.
Oh,
you like this one?
God, no, I never played that one.
Okay.
It looks so stupid.
Right.
That one was the reboot.
I got it in a bundle. So
yeah. No, fuck that
Rock Band. I think Rock Band is made by the original creator
of Guitar Hero, Harmonix, yeah.
Harmonix,
And the thing is that with Rock Band, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do before it starts to get kind of okay, it's repetitive. You can't really. I think that's why it kind of died out, the hype, because it's you
it
can't.
Was big.
It was huge.
Yeah, everybody played it.
Yeah, and they can't really expand upon it anymore. What they did, right? So the problem with it is that it didn't only have rock songs, but mostly classic rock songs. So one big problem is that they kind of went through every possible classic track that anybody could ever want.
Can you add your own songs?
You can download songs. So the thing is, they had also a big selection of songs, DLC, you could pay for and play in the game that were downloadable. And they would release them every week, dude. Every week there'd be 9 new songs that you could download. So that's what I'm saying is that after a while, there was nothing that you would want that wasn't available for the most part.
Oh man.
Except for Tool, because they're in Led Zeppelin, because they hold out. That's another thing is there's certain bands where you couldn't get any other stuff, Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin were not in any of those games because they couldn't get the rights to them. And they're
they wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess they don't like money.
I guess so. Yeah. But for me, if you're into music at all and you it's a video game, but it's also it's karaoke. It's a band's karaoke.
Yeah.
And it's just really
that's
fun.
the most. I don't know why. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no.
I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah.
I don't even think of it as a game. I just think of it as something like karaoke.
It kind of is
a traditional game, but that's perfect for you. So I'm surprised it's not higher actually.
I mean, it does have instrumentation too, so it's not just karaoke. You are playing sequence. But,
yeah.
But yeah,
it teaches you how to play drums.
It taught me how to play drums for real. But Rock Band 3 is probably the best one.
Rock Band 3. Okay.
Yeah, that one they also did actually make it so that you could play a mode that was pro, where you could buy what was essentially just a real guitar. And I never did it, but
I don't know. This is one area of video games I don't know anything about because I never really did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it with my brother because my brother and his friend, they lived together. They had it, and I would go over there and play it. That's my the extent of what I did.
Yeah. For
Rock Band, I usually just play the bass. I think this is a bass.
Yeah, you can play bass on the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, and drums too.
Yeah.
So I played a little bit, but it's just I never got really into it deep.
Yeah.
So I want to play it. It's fun though. It's so fun.
I only got into it deep because I wanted to be a rock star.
Really?
And so I was you kind of feel when you play it, you feel oh man, I'm actually playing music. This is cool. Even though it's you're just it's basically a karaoke version of it. It's that it's cool. It's a nice little escape from the norm, I guess. Yeah,
it's fun. playing it and singing the vocals.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel like a band sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's cool.
And it was really hard to, like I said, improve upon it because the core gameplay is pretty simple. You know, it's not really like...
Can't really do anything.
Yeah,
much.
like, the thing is, like, first off, I mean, like, you start off with, like, Guitar Hero, right? It's just a guitar, so how do you make that better? Well, you have the whole band, right? And then, like, when you got that, how do you make that better? And this was, like, kind of the last one where I feel like they made it better because they introduced harmonies, so you could have multiple people sing and harmonize with you. They'd have the harmony parts laid out. They introduced a keyboard. You could buy a keyboard. I never bought the keyboard.
See, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, this is all in Rock Band 3. That's why I put it on this list, because it was, like, the most, like, innovative of all the games. It's probably just the best one.
Rock Band 3.
Yeah. The drum set, you could buy an advanced one where you had, like, cymbals instead of just the 4. So you could have, like, the cymbal. It was basically a drum kit. You know? It was cool.
Did you buy all this?
I did buy the drum set, but that's the only thing. I didn't buy the keyboard, because you could play the keyboard on the guitar.
See, the thing is, it's a big barrier to entry because
you have to buy it. Yeah.
And like, where am I gonna put all this stuff? Like,
yeah, it's space consuming and it is expensive. Yeah.
And like,
and
I like to play other games. It breaks too.
Yeah, if you play it a lot, it breaks
too.
It's cheap.
See, I think that's why I couldn't get into it.
It's a big drawback.
Yeah, I just want to have the controller and be like, but of course it's not going to be the same experience.
No, not at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could, I think, play a couple of them on a controller.
Yeah, but I wouldn't think
we'll do that. Like, might as well just, not play it. So yeah, that's my number 6. It was.
You think it'll ever come back?
I don't think it should. You know, I think they tried to do that with Rock Band 4. It was for the PS4.
See, I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
It just goes right through my head.
But they took away some of the things that they had, introduced. Like they took away the keyboard and like a lot of the new features. So it was like, well, why even have this? They try to go like back to roots to like, get people revitalized, but it just didn't work. And I think it's past this point where it's gonna happen. So. Yeah. It was a phase. It was a part of it was like an event thing, in culture, and it happened and it's over. Yeah,
motion controls.
Yeah, exactly.
Connect.
Yeah,
but I think that's actually cool though.
Yeah. Days are over for it though. That's okay.
I'm not mad at you. I'll be mad at you that a bad game. That's cool though. It's like it's you.
Yeah, that's my number 6.
Number 5. I don't have the actual case here. I have the game. This is Resident Evil 2 from the PS2. I'm talking.
Wait.
PS1 on me. I'm sorry, PS1. There's a point to this.
Was it like remade?
The remake, yeah. I don't have the remake with me. Justin has it. So I love Resident Evil. It's probably my second favorite franchise. Horror, survival horror. You ever played Resident Evil?
I've never played one of them.
Never?
Not one of them. I think I might have played like an arcade version of one, but no, never played.
Arcade. Anyways. I've never
like those stupid arcade games that are just like a spin-off and they'll put it in like an arcade and it's like it says it's right in it's like one of those stupid ones.
So
with a gun. Yeah.
So Resident Evil 2 is considered one of probably the best. It's directed by the same guy that did Bayonetta. But this is like the peak survival horror. It used to be so popular in the late 90s. You don't know what tank controls is, right? Tank controls where it's like yeah, okay, I'm not going to go into that. Okay, so there was so much hype around this, and it's very hard to remake a game like this because it's survival horror. Is like people are going to be like, it has to be perfect. Yeah. Absolutely perfect, because this is a game, I don't think it really needed to be remade, I guess, with better graphics, because it's so like 20 years old now. But I got it like a couple of months ago, and it lived up to the hype. It's so atmospheric. The characters, actually, I think they might be better now. The story was never nothing special, but like, the atmosphere of it is crazy. It's so creepy. The lighting is perfect. Like every room is like detailed, and like the graphics in it is some of the best graphics I've ever seen in the game.
In the remake or
the remake? I'm not talking about the old one anymore. Let's put this away. remake time. Okay. In like the remake, and they recreated a lot of the scenes, and they actually changed up some stuff. Like you're expecting some certain stuff, but they changed it up so well that I enjoyed it and felt like a new experience, but still at the same time similar, like familiar. that I really enjoyed, and like there's a way you can put the old music in. That's how I put the old music in because the old music is so iconic. Uh, they didn't change the story that much, and it's a pretty short game, and I actually beat it like 4 times on like all the difficulties. I don't really do that as much as the games I beat multiple times in a row, but I just had to do it and like get all the collectibles. And also, there's also 2 protagonists in this as well. But you play one as Leon, the main guy, and then the next one you play as Claire. Like meet there together at Raccoon City. You know?
I've heard of all this.
Yeah, right. Like this. Okay, let me explain. There's a zombie outbreak in a city called Raccoon City, and Leon. It's his first day as a police officer there, so he goes there and he sees that it's a zombie outbreak, and he meets up with Claire. Claire's the sister of the guy from the first one, and she's trying to look for him. So they try to figure out what's going on in the police station, and like they figure out it's something like kind of strange going on with the police chief. Like maybe he's in on it, and like you have to solve puzzles in the police station, and also there's a guy named Mr. X. It's like some big zombie, like indestructible zombie, where he's always chasing you. So imagine going around.
I've heard of that guy too.
Yeah, imagine going around this big ass guy with a trench coat.
Yeah,
it's like 8 feet tall. Yeah. He's running around trying to kill you. He's indestructible. And you're trying to solve puzzles, and you don't have that much ammunition. It's the scariest moments ever, and probably I've had in a long time actually, in a video game, and I had to put it down. And be like, I can't play this anymore. It's too stressful. I was like, I can't play this right now, and I would love to see you try to play that because it's not like an action. It's kind of like it's not like an action game where you have like complete control of your character, like where it's like fast movement. It's like really slow, and like your aiming is not that good because it's like you're just a normal human. But it's kind of like Last of Us. Kind of like survival horror.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's a great remake, and I look forward to Resident Evil 3 remake. It's kind of like in a similar setting. Have you heard about that? It's coming out in April.
I only heard about I only heard number 2 getting remade, but
I think you should. I don't know if you like any like horror games like that.
I never really played too many, so I don't know.
You like played Dead Space,
right?
It's
kind of like that, right? But not really.
Yeah. It's a horror game. I would classify it as a horror game.
Last of Us?
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty close to that.
Yeah, I mean
it's different feel to it.
Yeah.
But in Resident Evil games, like old school ones, you're in one area mostly, and like it's a lot of backtracking. Like you gotta go back to like, and you get like accustomed to the area, which I love in games, where like you come back like, oh, I can open that door now. It's like, oh, I gotta come back and open that door with this key, and it's like the building's like a big puzzle that I enjoy, and like sometimes it changes, like new enemies there, so I always enjoy that in the games, and Resident Evil does that the best. I don't know if you should start with that one. I guess you could start with that one, but I think you should try it out too. It's fun.
Right.
It's stressful. Man, you probably wouldn't beat it. It's hard. It's pretty hard, man. So, Resident Evil 2 remake number 5.
Okay, my number 5 is Injustice 2, and I only put it on here because
Injustice 2.
I feel like, yeah, I had to have one of these games on there. I tried to decide if I wanted to do the first one or the second one.
I played the first one.
Yeah, I love the first one, and like I was saying the second one, like I haven't even played it that much, but it's such an improvement. Like in terms of like character roster, it's huge. Like there's so many. I got the like I waited to buy it. I didn't buy it right away, so I bought the version that has like all the DLC just already installed, like the Legendary Edition or whatever. I kind of want to wait to do the same thing with Mortal Kombat 11. Just wait till like they release a version that has all the DLC.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that for the new Mortal Kombat.
That's what I'm talking about. That's 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm waiting to do that same thing with 11. But yeah, Injustice 2 is like, it's basically they're like most of the characters that return from the first one, I think have improved, but they keep the same core moveset, you know. So if you got used to somebody, you can still basically just translate that from the first one. They introduced something I don't really care for as much because I didn't really use it, where you can like customize the characters. So, but the thing is, I think it creates a lot of possibility for like how your character actually like what they're able to do. But I never really used it. Like it's too much. Like it's way too much that you can choose from. For me, so I'm like,
oh, it's too.
I just want to go fight. Like, yeah. You know, it's like, I'm usually playing with
people enjoy that.
I know, because people play it like
options.
online and shit. Yeah. I don't really play it online. Like I just kind of play it like with people. Like they come over and we play it.
Get killed online.
I try fighting games. Fighting games online are literally the fucking worst.
Yeah. It's no. You gotta get on it like as soon as it releases, and even that, people still are so much better. I don't understand that. How do they do that?
They just have no life, and they have like, they only do combos, and it's no fun. Like I hate that.
I mean, you can get money from being really good at it.
Yeah.
Like in tournaments, but if you're not doing that, I don't get you, man.
I don't either. If you're not if you're not doing it for a living, you know, like it's still fun to do that. I think so.
I think they have fun just destroying people. That I don't get that. But
I don't either. Yeah, but yeah, I love the character roster. It's like, the visuals are so cool. Like the way all the characters look, they look like they're actors or actresses from like actual like real life, and I think that's so cool. Like I don't know if they do that on purpose, but they probably
do. Yeah.
But like their facial features just look like real people, and I think that's like part of the jump from being like PS3 to PS4 is I notice that in a lot of games now where I just look at a person's face in a game and I'm like, man, they look like they're just a real person.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is.
I don't know how you get even better than this. I think if you reach the peak.
I mean, like they don't look like. I'm not
obviously like photorealistic.
Yeah,
like, it's not like compare.
Yeah,
you can see the differences, but
I can tell it's not a real person. But in terms of like the way like their face is designed, it looks like it's at least based on a real person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like it's based on like an idea of a person.
Yeah,
I guess. And
like how it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really feel like I felt that with this game, like entirely. Like you look at all the characters are so different and unique looking. And it's DC Comics, so I love it. You know, it's got like all these characters I always kind of wanted to see in a fighting game. Like they finally incorporate like Swamp Thing. Like I was so glad that like Swamp Thing, because he's so like underrated as a character.
Yeah, so. You never see anything about Swamp Thing, and he's actually in it.
Yeah, he's in Injustice 2. He had a show too on the DC universe, but like
he had a show.
Yeah, he's making a bit of a comeback, but he's a really cool character, really interesting character. So I was glad they threw him in there. They have a lot of cool like some of the movesets for some of the characters based on their powers. Like the Atom gets really small, you know, and he actually turns small in the game. And
I don't think I've ever seen that before in the
It's fucking sweet, dude. He like, I love it. He's so cheap, but he turns like tiny. Well, like you can barely see him, but he'll like punch people. Like as a tiny person, it's so great.
Oh, I can't play that against you. Though. I can't play that with you.
I love like that sort of thing.
You'll exploit that.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, you gotta come over and play it one time for sure. But it's just one of my favorite games that I picked up. Like I love fighting games, and this is a fighting game with characters that I was predisposed to love. So
you have a lot of fighting games, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a fan of fighting games because it's really like. You know, you gotta have somebody there.
Yeah, you have to. It's basically like if you don't have somebody, like a friend, it's not as good.
What do you think about the story mode? Though?
The story mode's okay. I don't really love the story as much because it's like they take place in an alternate version where like Superman's kind of evil. And
they did that in the first one.
Yeah,
they continue.
They continue that same story. So like I don't know, like I don't really care for it because sometimes I just feel like. The characters, even though they're like an alternate version, like I kind of want something at least that has the semblance of the characters I know, like because they just feel sort of out of character. Like, well, I mean, they're supposed to. Yeah. And like Superman and Wonder Woman, I'm like, this is not what they're like. Like, they're just maniacal, evil. It's not right. You know,
right? Yeah.
So part of me,
this is a wholly original story, right?
Yeah, it's written completely like for that. They even based like comics in that universe.
Oh, really?
It's an alternate.
I thought it was from something.
No, I mean, like, they probably took inspiration from some other versions of, like, Superman or whatever, but yeah, no, it's a completely original thing, which is kind of cool, you know, but like I said, sometimes it feels like they portray some of the characters in that way, because they're just, like, completely different, but, Yeah, that's but it was a good game overall. I haven't even played it as much as I probably should, but um, the amount of characters is overwhelming. The amount of what you can do is overwhelming, and it's an awesome like continuation of that franchise.
So it's much better than the first one.
I think it's definitely an improvement from the first one. I love the first one too, but I think this one is just like most sequels. It's just like they take what was working and they make it better.
Yeah, because the first one I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like stand out for me. Because I got it when the PS4 came out, and there was nothing else to buy.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I was like, all right, this is decent. But I always enjoyed it Mortal Kombat because it's made by the same studio.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I'll just get Mortal Kombat and play that instead. But you're saying it's better, so
I think it's better than the first one. Because I feel like because it's like the same makers as Mortal Kombat. Like whenever they make an improvement in Mortal Kombat, they kind of do the same thing with this one.
Mm-hmm.
And this came after MKX, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and
I love that game.
We're gonna talk about that in a little bit too.
I bet. So I'm on number 5.
No, wait, that was my number 5. So you're number 4.
What? Oh yeah, number 4. Yep.
Yeah.
I have an extra game over here I want to talk about. Okay, so number 4, Mass Effect 2.
I never played it.
I know.
But
you
I wanted to.
Definitely play this.
Yeah.
I like this better than Star Wars. It's my probably favorite Western sci-fi franchise. It's in the first one. Okay, so the story behind this. I played this back in. This came out 2010. Came out, and I played this in 2011 on PS3. And I heard a lot about it. It's like great franchise.
Everyone's freaking out about that one.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's made by BioWare. Same people that made Dragon Age. You might actually.
I tried Dragon Age.
You didn't like it?
Inquisition.
Oh.
I didn't love that one. No.
Well, you might not like this now. It's very story focused. Like you make your character, you're Commander Shepard. You're like leader of this group of people. Actually, in the beginning of the game, you come back to life. Actually, you die, and then they bring you back to life, and they say like, "Oh, we need you to go out and see what's going on with the what are they called? The main. I haven't played this in so long, but they bring you back to life, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta stop the Reapers." That's the main antagonist in it. So you go through a whole bunch of missions, and then what separates this from the other games is there's character missions, like your group of people that you recruit, and like they're so like great. One like there's like Jack, like some like really badass chick that has like a whole bunch of tattoos, like this like a complete bitch, but like she like softens up and like she's a good character. There's so many like cool races. Like it's a world that you just get lost in. There's so much lore behind it. Also the combat is improved from the first one because the combat in the first one was kind of terrible, but the story was great. But what really separates it, like how you get close to your crew members, and like it's written so well. Like the story is great, and also at the end, like we all know it's gonna be like a suicide mission, and like it's called suicide mission, like in the the description, and like the way how you talk to the people and interacting, and how if you like completed their side missions and stuff. It's dependent on if they survive and like the choices you made, because the choices you made in this game, it really matters.
I like that.
Yeah. And this also is a sequel, but I'll talk about that in a second. But it's just I had to get everybody to survive, and because I heard about that, like if you don't make sure you do all the side missions for each character, they'll die, and I couldn't let that happen. Man, so many Garrus, like he's such a cool character. Talia, she's a cool character, like, and let me tell you, the races they made in this is like some of the like most creative like races ever. There's like one race of like just women, like blue women that there's only women in their race, where like they don't need to like have sex to reproduce, and like they're very intelligent. Like they're the first ones to discover like how to get off the different planets, and like they're so much more advanced than humans, and like humans seem like are seen as like the inferior race, and like there's like a council at the Citadel or whatever, and like they're not even allowed on it, humans of like different races, and so like you as Commander Shepard, you gotta prove to like human race that like they're worthwhile. And also the Krogans, I think they're called. They're big, like beastly creatures, and like they're all about fighting, and like they're about to be extinct because they can't reproduce. So like that's just like a little bit of like the races, and like there's so much more. Like I can't even cover everything, and it's so in depth, and I just love the world in it and like reading about it, but. Like, this is the peak of the series because they messed up the sequel so bad.
The sequel, Mass Effect 3?
Yeah. I was so freaking hyped for that game. It came out 2012. I was just beat this game, but they made it in a hurry. And, like...
is that the one that, like, everybody says, like, the terrible graphics, or is that the other one?
The ending.
Oh.
The graphics is Andromeda.
Andromeda.
Yeah. I actually love Mass Effect 3. But the ending is so messed up. It's kind of like Game of Thrones to me.
Like that bad?
It's not as bad as Game of Thrones, but nothing can be that bad. Because the ending, your choices don't matter at the end. All the choices you made to the two other games and also the third game, it doesn't matter as much. It's kind of like a clear ending. They try to say it's different, but I think it's still worth playing though.
The third one as a whole?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, especially the first one, and definitely the second one. The second one because of the characters and the stories you go through, and also the combat's better.
Do you carry the same story like from the first
same
one?
Character? Yeah.
But I mean, like if the choices you made in the first one, would that affect the story of the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one part where you have to choose between two characters in the first game, and they go throughout the rest of the games. And then you could replay it from the first one and have a different experience with one character. It's like, I don't want to say it though. Yeah. I think you will like this game. The first one you can play on PS3 now. They haven't even transferred it to the remastered it for the PS4 for some reason. Yeah, I can't believe it. This is a super popular.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't done that.
The first one originally came out as 360 only, but then it got released for PS3. I played it on there. But it's the combat in it is kind of weak, but the story is so great. It's one of the best stories, and it probably could have been number one if it landed it at the end.
Gotcha.
Oh, so heartbreaking, but I want to replay it so bad, but I don't want to put that much into it. I'm telling you, man, video games is sweet, man. Video games are awesome.
All right. Number 4 for me. Was Mortal Kombat X.
Another fighting game by the same studio.
Okay, but I'll talk about why. Alright, so Mortal Kombat is a good franchise, but I think for a while it was getting pretty stale.
Oh yeah.
I don't really play that many. I only played like Mortal Kombat versus DC and then MK9. That's kind of when I started playing.
That's when you started playing Mortal Kombat?
Wow. Which was, I guess, MK9 was like another one of those stupid ones, which was just called Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
why? I think that one was the one for PS3.
Another reboot. Yes, I love that game.
But it was like just called Mortal Kombat. Whatever. It was mostly the same game.
But then they called the next one X.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Why did they do this? But X was like that's where I think like they just made so many improvements like in so many ways. Like not only like visuals, which also were like a huge step up because that was also like another like console jump, right, from PS3 to PS4. So like the visuals just look so much better, but
you don't appreciate how much graphics got better unless you go back. Yeah, I don't really go back, but now like sometimes I go back, like I've seen Mortal Kombat and like wow, it looks so much rougher than the newer ones.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Even stuff from my PS3, like I was watching my brother replay like some of the Batman games on PS3, and it was it's like wow, yeah, things have definitely gotten much better.
And I didn't really feel it though when I
natural moment,
But years passed on, you feel it more.
If you go, like you said, if you go and look back, you can see it. But yeah, MKX was just like, I love the gameplay too. It's so much faster to me. Like I
it
feel
is
like
faster.
yeah, something about like Mortal Kombat, like the old ones. There was a lot more like the fighters just move slower. You know
why?
Moves why?
Well, no, from the '90s or from the
Just in general. Even like I felt that way in MKX or MK9. I mean, like I feel like
never mind, because they used to like do like photos, like photograph of like actual actors, and that's why it was so slow. But you haven't played the old ones, right?
I've seen footage.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so I love the way it looks so much faster. It felt so much faster and more engaging to me than the past games. But I loved it. I loved the characters roster too. Like there was some new ones that were introduced for the first time. I just thought they were really cool. They kind of changed some things up, but they also kept a lot of the classic things you get used to, like Scorpion Spear and everything. It's all there. And it was gross again. Like
I love
the
it.
fatalities on that one are fucking disgusting.
I
like,
love it.
And
that's the best part of the game.
Yeah, and they keep finding ways to like
That's
top
the appeal of
themselves.
it.
They get grosser and grosser, and yeah. So I love I just remember finding MKX so much better than the one I played before that. MK9, it's like in every way.
Yeah, I thought MK9 was so great at the time because it was like it was a reboot, and like the games before that were so different from like the old. But they stuck to 2D. Like in the older games, it was like 3D. They started using that. It was rough. But that, like, when it came out, I was like, wow, this is great. And, like, the story was kind of like, they actually had a story in fighting games. Like, back then, there was no story in fighting games. But then, like, Mortal Kombat X comes out, I was like, wow, it's such an improvement. Like, it was impressive.
It's still corny as fuck, like this.
Oh, yeah.
The lines, but that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I would never, I would never expect it to be, like, take it seriously, you know, like, ever.
It's fun. I think it's cool. Like, cool characters. Like,
yeah, they are really
iconic.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
They've been around since '92, so
yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's cool. It's like they always introduce like new characters, but they also like they keep the ones that you love. You know, yeah, and similar movesets if they're not exactly the same. Yeah. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite one. I haven't played MK11 yet.
Yeah, I mean,
so big disclaimer there.
I've been looking at prices of it, and they've gone down. But I feel like you said, they're gonna release all the DLC. Also, I enjoy the DLC so much because they don't they have the Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, not like the Terminator.
Predator's in
Is it?
Because I played him. I think he's in X. MKX. I don't know if he's in the new one.
Freddy Krueger.
The new one I think has.
Oh, Freddy Krueger was in 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
They started that. Yeah. One. But I just enjoy that. Like I didn't think.
Yeah, it's cool. They have those like guest appearances.
And it makes sense in the Mortal Kombat universe because they're so like violent. Like it's perfect for mentality.
Yeah.
Like Jason also.
Yeah,
and I enjoy.
Jason is in MKX because I played him, but I think the new MK11 has Joker.
Yeah, Joker.
For some reason. Yeah. His Joker, the Terminator has who else? I think like they haven't been released yet.
Alien.
Yeah, the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's an MKX. I can't remember. But it's crazy. Like, it's just crazy guest appearances.
Never thought that would happen.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to MK11, but I haven't played it yet. So, MKX is my number 4.
Do you like Dragon Ball Z games?
I haven't played one since, like, the original Budokai.
You should play, I have Dragon Ball Z Fighter. It's great.
Z Fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the newest one. It's made by a good company, what's it, Axis? I forgot what they're called. But they're known for fighting games, and it's great. I mean, it's not really story focused. It's more like fighting. You should play it and play with me.
That was a weird responsible way to suggest. Like you should play it and play with me. And also, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, but yeah, Mortal Kombat is awesome.
Yeah. So
you got any more? You got any more fighting games on there?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
You're a fighting game fan, I see.
You don't know what my top 3 is. I don't think you love me.
I know one at least. And here's one.
Yes.
The Last of Us. I wanted to put this on number 2. Number 1, it's a definite, but number 2, maybe. Probably the best written video game I've ever played.
Oh my god.
It's like, wow. They really put...
It's a movie, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's film quality
of a movie. Yeah.
And like I see like like video games can get to that level of like storytelling.
Yeah.
And like just tell like a direct story like in film. And this is such hype. It's made by Naughty Dog, of course. Uncharted, Crash, but this is definitely their best game ever,
hands down.
And the sequel's coming out this year.
Oh,
But this came out 2013, and I was playing. I started up, and the scene where his daughter and like they
I recently replayed
has such great
yeah.
dialogue in the beginning. Like they, just like the little banter they have in the beginning.
Yeah.
And like you take control of her, and I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
Expecting to take control of him, and you see it from her eyes. The outbreak happening. I'm like, wow. And like the visuals at that time, so great
for that time. Yeah. Because like
it's still good though. I think.
Yeah, it still holds up for sure.
Yeah. And then I guess spoilers for that first 20 minutes. Like she gets killed, and like the way she just like cries, like whimpers when she's like dying. Like it had me like crying, like for real.
It's emotional. It's like the most emotional game like I've ever played.
It's one of the more one
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played a lot more, but
yeah.
But like nothing like that has ever captured like my emotion so much. And then fast forward to years later, and it's like there's a creative way to do the zombie outbreak. So because they do the disease that's from ants, like an actual disease.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. It makes them become cannibals, and it starts infecting humans. It's actual in real life that happens.
Really? No,
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, ants. That's where it comes from. I forgot what it's called, but if it could infect humans, that would be something like that would happen.
Yeah.
And it's very creative how they do it. And then like the story of Joel and Ellie is like so legendary.
Yeah.
In video games. And like just everything, like storytelling, and like you just get so close to them, like all the trials and tribulations they go through it.
Yeah.
And it's like I love stealth so much. I love being sneaky in video games. If I have a chance to be sneaky and like go around everybody, I'll kill them or just sneak them. I always go for that.
I was gonna talk about it when I talk about it, but I might as well just mention it now that I love that you can choose how to approach like every single fight. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you probably will have to kill a guy to get through a room or a certain amount of guys, but I just love the fact that you get the choice. You get to decide based on your ammo. And like if you play on the harder difficulties, you have less ammo, so it's like actually kind of crucial. You make a decision, but you get to choose how to confront every single room of guys, and that's just like I've never played a game that felt that like I was in control of that.
Yeah, it's definitely like unique. Also, like all the characters you meet, his brother, and later on, what's his name?
The two guys are like the brothers.
Yeah, and it's like so much heartbreak.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds you of something I'm going to talk about later. But I don't think you have. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. But you just go through it and like you see how much messed up the world is, and how they do in like other zombie outbreaks. Like who's more like scary, like more threatening, the humans or the zombies? Yeah. Like who's the real like monster, but also the how you have limited ammo. Like it has the survival horror feel that I love. So I think you might enjoy like others, but it doesn't have like as good a story as this. Or as greatly written. The how they go through the seasons is like cool. Like how every season is like a different mood kind of, and then. I don't want to spoil it too much. Do you think it's just spoilers? I don't know.
I mean, why not? We've already spoiled everything else from everything.
Like later in the game, where it's like only really one boss fight, I guess. When Ellie,
one guy.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Oh man,
that's intense.
See,
there's so many parts of the game where I'm just like, my heart's like racing because it's so like anxious and stressful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, look, that's what I love about games. Like in a movie, you're just watching, but you're in control of the situation.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like games can reach a level that like movies sometimes just can't. They just need to like reach it, and like this is an example of a game reaching that potential.
You know what I really love too? It's one small thing, but like when you die.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
It's so intense. It's like,
it is. Because you see the whole thing, like, most games when you die, you just, like, whatever, you get, like, knocked out and then you're just dead.
You're like, Uncharted, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, you're just, like, a dead body. But this one,
I was gonna say that. it was so distinct in my head.
Because it depends on what's happening to you, right? So if it's, like, there's times I think I was Ellie, I was just getting, like gutted by, like, someone human, like, with a knife. You know, like, or, like, you're Joel and you're getting your, like, neck bitten by one of the zombies or something.
Yeah,
like,
man, it's like one of the best.
Disgusting, and it's so like what would actually happen if your character died.
Like,
yeah, they wouldn't just like fall dead like a a mannequin.
Really down to earth, realistic, gritty.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh man, that's terrible.
I
like,
love
and
that.
it makes you want to not die. Like it makes me more terrified.
Yeah,
because it seems real.
yeah,
like
exactly.
you really just died there.
Yeah,
but like I like how it just cuts to black. Like the music swells up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cuts to black. Whoa.
But you see like yourself dying before that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's one small thing, but it made all the difference to me. You know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I was gonna mention that. Thank you for it.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main like reasons why I love this game, and like so many like the moment where like they see the giraffes, like it's just like almost so quiet.
Yeah.
And like when they're talking in the town, I think have you played the DLC?
I haven't played the DLC.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they play an arcade in that, but she sees like the world how it originally was, and like she wonders. Like it's so sad to see that.
Yeah, because she like grew up when it was like the apocalypse. Yeah.
Man, so much to talk about. I don't want to become a review of this. But like, what do you think of the ending?
I usually hate
controversial
open endings, and like, but I think like it's frustrating in the best way because like it leaves you wanting more, and you don't get closure. You know, like you know it. Like he lied. She kind of knows he lied. I think, and you know it's gonna cause some conflict there. So I think like the worst part about the ending is just that I've been waiting for years for the sequel.
It's been 7 years.
You know, like I keep waiting to see like, how this is gonna resolve itself. You know, not only to play the game, but to see how the story will play out.
I can't believe we're about to get another one of this.
I know, I'm so excited.
And I feel like it's gonna be better. I don't know
somehow,
I have a feeling though. I don't know why. It just looks from the trailers.
It looks amazing. Yeah.
I don't even care if it's like more of the same. I just want that.
That's what I want. I want more of the same, just better.
Yeah. What did you do what he did, Joel?
Man, the thing is, it frustrates me because like I'm such a greater good person.
Yeah.
That to me, I would have been like, nah, fucking kill this chick.
Really?
Screw her. But it's like
I don't think I'm not the greater good.
You know what though? Like I was watching it like I just replayed it like a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. You know, because
I haven't played it since it came out.
Really?
And I still remember everything.
I played it like twice or 3 times now. I think 3 times. But I replayed it a couple months ago because I just like hadn't played it in a long time. I got it for like $15 on the PlayStation Store. I was like, whatever, I'll just download it. So, and like I just played that ending again where you don't really get a choice. Like Joel's like, I'm gonna save her.
Yeah, I wish I had a choice, but no, you can't. You have to do it. And they put you in that place. You gotta kill.
Yeah, and I didn't want to. I'm like, I feel bad. This scientist didn't do anything wrong. You know, and like you gotta kill these people, and like essentially
you feel like the bad guy now.
Yeah, you find out that like she has the cure in her, but in order to get the cure, they'd have to kill her to get it. So Joel's like, no, it's not happening. So he goes and kills these people and takes them away. And I feel like, for me, I get why he does it because like, and it made more sense to me like this time around because like his daughter dies at the beginning, right? He's had no direction in life.
Yeah, like, he has the shittiest life possible. You're in that zombie outbreak. Like, you need somebody.
He needed something to motivate him, and Ellie became like his surrogate daughter and his surrogate motivation. So it does actually make sense.
It makes sense.
It makes complete sense what he does.
It makes him relatable. Like so you can understand it. Like it is. It's
but
not
it's
like
frustrating as the player.
I feel like I don't blame him for doing it. The world is already like, and there's no guarantee for it, right? Is there?
There's no guarantee. No.
Yeah, and like, could you really kill your wife or somebody like your daughter?
It's tough. It's such a great moral dilemma. That's why I'm not saying it's frustrating in a bad way. It's frustrating in like the best way possible because it presents like that greater good moral dilemma. You're like, oh my god, what would I do?
This is what I think about it. If she is immune, somebody else has to be. Find somebody else.
But then you have to kill them.
Fuck them. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not like a good enough reason.
Hey man,
that's
the life. It's lesser than. I don't know, man.
It's so but I think that's why it's so great. It's like I wouldn't expect like an existential crisis like that to happen at the end of a video game, but
I mean, yeah, man, it happens like that.
What do I do?
You gotta play some more video games, man. There's stuff like that in video games, but it's rare though. Like that makes you question.
That was very philosophical.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that was the moment where I was like, wow.
You just have to get through video games, and we're gonna talk about that later. That's the hard part for you.
Okay.
I think that's one of the hard parts for you. But Last of Us.
Yeah, Last of Us.
It could be easily number 2, but number 1 is something in there. But it's not what you think.
I saw your list already. You had your list displayed for me over there. So
did you literally look at it?
Of course I did. I'm not looking. I've been looking at it this whole time.
Oh, well, I had it mixed up, but go ahead.
Alright. My number 3 is one we already talked about, Overwatch. So
number 3, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
Yeah, why do I like it? It's weird because I don't really love first-person shooters that much. Like, I usually like games. If I play a game like that, it's usually like Call of Duty. I don't give a fuck. I just like am playing just to like blow off steam.
Yeah.
I haven't even played Call of Duty actually.
I can't see you being.
I really don't like
playing first-person shooters.
Yeah, I don't really actually. Like, I did in high school. That's the thing. Like in like I played Black Ops. Like that was the first Call of Duty game I ever had was Black Ops, and I played it for like the next few years. Like, and then I don't know. It's just the same thing over and over again.
It is.
You know. So I grew
Some people
kind of
just
like
play that game. Yeah.
That's why I like Black Ops because it felt kind of different. There was like weird stuff like the tomahawk and all these weird like quirks to it.
It was the RC car. Remember that?
Yeah,
that was cool.
RCXD. Yeah, I love shit like that. Mm-hmm. So that was like That was like the only game that I played where it was like sort of different. The rest of the Call of Duties that came after, like Modern Warfare 3, I think it was, or Black Ops 2, like they're just the same shit. So I was like,
well. I think they go into the future, but it's still like the same mechanics.
Yeah,
it's still the same.
It did not feel any different to me at all. I couldn't tell you, like, if you showed me a clip from one of them, I couldn't pick out which one was which.
It's not like character to it.
Yeah.
Which Overwatch has in abundance.
Yeah, so Overwatch 2, I was like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know what to expect. I saw, like you said, I saw like the trailer for it, and I was just interested in like the characters. There was like some cinematic between Widowmaker and Tracer, and I was like, I just want to know what this is. It looks really interesting. So I checked it out. A lot of people that I was talking to at the time were like playing that game, so I was like, all right, I'll just go give it a chance.
So you bought it? You bought it yourself?
I got the beta first.
Okay.
I got the beta when it was, like free and open on the PlayStation Store. It was like maybe the month or however long before the game came out. I was like, holy shit, I gotta get this game. Because I was like, I just became so obsessed with it. Like, I was just like...
You're still playing it, right?
I still play it. It's been like 4 years. I still play that game.
That's so great.
It's just so like immersive, and there's so much you can do. And like I'm at the point now where I just play it because I'm so familiar with it that it just like it's a good way to just blow off steam and waste time. Yeah, it is comfort food.
Comfort.
That's really what
I don't know what to do. Like just play and like I know how to do this. It's gonna be fun.
Exactly.
Rewarding because you always upgrading your stuff. And
that's the thing too. There is some downside and some upside to like the constant updates that they do. I feel like at first I really liked the add-ons and the updates, but it's at the point where I think they just do it too much.
Yeah, it's just why breaks. I mean, why fix something that's not broken?
That's the thing, and they do that all the time, and they like will nerf characters and buff characters, and like. Then it offsets the balance of everything, and then they gotta go and fix them and change them to make certain characters unplayable, and it's just like
you're main now you can't really main.
That happens a lot,
and you enjoy that character, but they try to say like, oh, you gotta try all the characters. I'm like, maybe I don't want to do that.
The biggest problem is that like
I want to have a choice.
Yeah, because it's like they have like a league, right? Like there's a league of people that play it, so like they change characters a lot and. Compositions based on like the needs of the league. So like people at lower tiers like me are just casually playing this game. Like I'll have to get used to these changes because like somebody was overpowered in the leagues that like for me it didn't even affect it.
And I think they're only catering to them now.
They kind of are because like
they used to carry it to the masses. Like people are just casually playing like us.
Yeah,
like we're not professional.
No, Overwatch I just go on there to like after work or something just to waste time. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna be a leaguer, but like those choices, they always affect people at the lower tiers like me, and it's like, man, I just want to play this fucking game,
Yeah.
But all that being said, overall the game is just so. I love the fact that there's so many different types of characters, and they all have unique abilities. There's like 30 characters. They all have something different.
Play so differently.
It's unbelievable, like the amount of detail that goes into that game, and you can have a different experience every time you play it. You know, because of all the different characters and all the different abilities and the way you stack a composition, like you can have a different experience every time you play that. And I've never played a shooter like that in my life. It's never the same thing twice. So I love that. I love the characters. The design of a lot of them is just so cool. Like they draw all these stereotypes, like a Viking and a knight. You know, like Reinhardt's like a stereotypical like knight-looking dude.
But do a different spin to it.
Yeah. There's a cyborg ninja.
Yeah.
There's like all this really weird, crazy stuff, and they're all in one game smushed together, and it shouldn't work, but it totally does.
Yeah, it does. I like how, like the little things they say to each other, like they know each other. Like I forgot. I think Hanzo and
Genji are brothers. Yeah.
They like kind of like say like, "Oh, brother." Like, you when you're playing. That's cool. And, like little quotes you can say. Well, like man, I always think about that. I wish they would just like
have a story.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't have a campaign, and maybe in Overwatch 2 they will. You know, because they are making that. It's coming out later this year, and
I hope they like make a show about it too.
That would be cool.
Like it's like one of the few things like games that like I want to show for like.
There's so much lore attached to it. That's why it's so like I don't understand why they didn't have a campaign, because they have all this lore and like you can read about it sometimes. They have like little videos too, like little anime movies sometimes. Or
I think they just wanted to focus on multiplayer and they made it great.
Yeah,
I think if they made single player, maybe it wouldn't be as great.
Maybe. But
I don't know.
I would try it. I would definitely 100% do a single player mode and see what it's like. Or if it was like multiplayer, but it was a story, like a campaign, but you just would like play. Like wasn't Destiny like that kind of? Like
Destiny,
you play a story.
You can play a story. The story's back though. Story. I mean, I'm so disappointed with it. Story. You can play against people. You can play with like people against.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's like the ultimate. You should play that.
Yeah.
You should play Destiny.
I will eventually.
I think you will like it a lot.
Yeah.
But look, I haven't played it since it originally came out. I heard it's so much better now. But when I originally played it, it was so freaking like the characters, the world is boring. It looks cool. It looks like you ever played Halo. I'm not sure.
I hate that. Like I don't know.
Yeah. So you like it's sci-fi. I don't know. You have to look. You have to ask somebody.
I've played Destiny for like a hot second.
It's a good game. It's fun.
Yeah.
And if you want a game like that, it has story mode and like you play with people and against people.
Yeah.
That's something similar to that.
So, I mean, I hope Overwatch does a similar kind of thing where like they have some kind of story mode or campaign.
More modes, I guess.
They are going to have that too, like in Overwatch 2. They've already talked about different modes they're going to introduce. It looks like it's just going to be Overwatch, but with more shit, which is kind of what I want. So
I want to get back into it.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from new releases, because like you said, they always get delayed.
Yeah.
There's just I think like 2 major games that already got delayed. Like Last of Us got delayed. I forgot about that. They should be coming out soon, but
yeah, it was gonna come out in like February, right? And then they delayed it to like May or April or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And Cyberpunk 2077
delayed so many times, right?
Was it 77? Yeah,
yeah.
The same people that made Witcher, it got delayed till September.
Yeah.
So I try to just block everything out. That's why I forgot about Overwatch 2. Yeah. But Overwatch is great, and I'm excited for the second one.
Yeah. So that's my number 3.
Okay. Number 2 now.
Oh god.
No, it's not. No.
Okay.
Never heard of this, huh? Persona 4 Golden.
I've heard of it.
You heard of Persona?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's more popular now.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese RPG. Probably my favorite one. Turn-based. You ever play like a turn-based RPG?
I know the concept, yeah.
Yeah, like... Alright, so in this, though, you play as in high school, though. And during the day, you play like a high school simulation, like a high school student. You actually go to school, which is kind of fun, actually. And then you start meeting like like your student, like fellow students. And then like at night, you go into the TV and like you go into the different world. And like there's like some like force that's trying to like destroy the world. It's crazy, yeah. It's a crazy concept. But this game, it takes the longest to beat. I think it took like 100 hours to beat.
Wow.
And it's like a big, huge story. Like the main theme of it is like being your true self, like not being afraid like who you are. Kind of like the concept of like the Mask movie. Kind of like similar to that.
Okay. The Mask, like
A
Jim
Mask,
Carrey?
like Mask.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey movie.
No, your movie, Mask.
Mask.
Yeah, like the Mask movie, like the movie you made.
Wow, I haven't thought about that movie in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I made a
The one where Jeremy was the star.
Yeah. Well, I made a music video to it. Okay, check it out on our video. Our it might be on there. It might be on there. But
I thought about that movie in a while.
the visuals on this is so like style. It's the most stylistic game ever. Like every little thing is such like steeped in like so much creativity, and like it's just a treat just watching it. I know it's like it's the anime aesthetic though, but it's so stylized. You probably wouldn't like it. I wouldn't suggest you playing this because it's a really long game. But it's super hard. I like traditional turn-based RPGs, and like you just get like just so accustomed to the characters and like endearing to the characters. So many colorful people in it. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it because you don't have that much experience in it. But I love this game. It's the best JRPG I think ever played. But so anybody who likes traditional JRPGs, you should definitely play this. It's on a Vita, but it was originally released on a PS2 in 20. What was it? Whatever, late PS2. But it's definitely this is definitely worth just.
Is there
Vita.
a 5 too?
There's 5. Yeah, I haven't beaten it yet.
Okay.
I just started playing it. Actually, it's over there somewhere. But it's a great game. But I wouldn't suggest you playing it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that.
Yeah. But anybody that likes like anime or like RPGs, definitely play this. It's great. Number 1 for you, right?
Number 2.
Number 2.
That was your number 2, right?
Yeah. I'm going into deep discussion about number 1.
Oh god. Okay, my number 2 is Batman Arkham City. One we already talked about. It was your number 10, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I love Batman. I think I've established that.
Yes. A little bit.
This is like the Batman experience. Like this is like the game I think I waited my whole life to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like this is like the perfect encapsulation of a Batman feel, Batman story, like what it feels like to be him, to go through his experience, and like the story, like I said, is just so great. I love like Batman stories where they can incorporate a bunch of his villains into one. The Hush storyline from the comics was very similar to that, and I feel like Arkham City did a great job of doing that same thing. Like they don't have to be like in it for a long time. Like Two-Face is barely in it, right? Mm-hmm. But he's there, and it makes sense in the story. The incorporation of Catwoman, like it doesn't really like it doesn't do anything for me, but like it just adds an extra layer of like I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah,
you know, even if I don't,
she feels like she should be there. Like
yeah, I just think it's cool. Even though I only say it's not that interesting because she's like the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like the gameplay between the two of them is not that different.
No, it's not.
You know, it's mostly you're just Catwoman in Batman's place. But the fact that she's there is cool, story wise. You know, I think that it just adds an extra layer and it fleshes out that world a little bit more. And it's such an improvement upon Arkham Asylum. Like, I love when games just take what was working and just make it bigger and better, and that's exactly what Arkham City does. Mm-hmm. You know, like you said, you can now fly around the city because you're in a section of the city that's, like, you know, zoned off for prisoners.
Yeah.
Which is, like, a crazy concept.
Crazy.
A little bit.
In the comics?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little unfathomable, but that's okay. It's
Batman. Yeah, I'm glad it's there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's whatever.
Glad they made it up.
Yeah, just I love the story. I love the voice acting so much. Mark Hamill is obviously always great as the Joker. So for me, it's just the best Batman game that's come out. I'm excited for whatever they're going to do next. I know that WB Montreal is making a new Batman game.
Oh yeah, I heard about
it. They've been teasing it, but
there was like some recent update about it that's coming out this year.
Yeah, supposedly. It's a rumor.
It's like a confirmed. Oh, it's not confirmed?
I don't think it was confirmed.
Oh, okay. Right.
It was a rumor. It's rumored to be about the whole Bat family being playable, so like Robin and shit. I'm like, oh my god.
That's you, man.
Dude, this is going to be the best game ever if it's all true. But yeah. I don't want to get too excited because that's how I felt about Arkham Knight as well.
Yeah. And that's number 10, right?
That was number 10, yeah. So, but yeah, Arkham City, right now, like, I probably would have it as number 1, except there's one game that I did like more, which is my favorite game of all time. So, but
all
Arkham
these
City
lists is your favorite of all time, huh?
A lot of them, because I feel like Arkham, like Shadow of the Colossus would definitely be my top 10 all time. So a lot of games that are older would actually probably be in my top 10 of all time as well.
Okay.
But
probably me too.
Yeah, but like Arkham City and my number one are actually like my top 1 and 2 all time as well. Yeah, I could go on, but
I can't disagree with that. If I haven't played certain games, it'll probably be number one.
Yeah,
like Last of Us.
Yeah,
it could be number one of all time.
Yeah,
to me, like
it
story
is for a lot of people.
Yeah, people that like come that like more casual gamers like you, that come from like watching movies and film.
Yeah,
like it's like the best probably.
Yeah,
told in that way.
Yeah,
in the filmic type of way.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like Arkham City too. Is that like that has a good story.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
If it was like a Batman story that was a movie, I'd like it.
Yeah.
So that's my number 2, the ultimate Batman experience, Batman Arkham City.
Nice. Do you want to talk about your number 1? Because I'm gonna go along. No. Let me go. Okay.
Go ahead. Do you?
Okay. All right.
Do it in order. But I'm confused because you have 2 games here.
All right.
You're not about to do. Are you about to do?
No, I'm not. Okay. I love Bloodborne. Okay. But I didn't want to put 2 in the same kind of franchise. Do you know about the Dark Souls franchise? Like Souls,
I know of it. Yeah.
Demon
Souls and yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm familiar with
Demon Souls. It all started here. Demon Souls in 2009. But I first played this first. Okay, this originated from Demon Souls, but it got popular because of this. But this is a great game. This is number 1. This is maybe my favorite game of all time. Maybe Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Okay, but we're talking about Dark Souls.
Okay,
look at
wait. A little sidebar. This is gorgeous.
Look at it more. This is the game that you wish you can play. Because this game is freaking awesome.
I mean, like,
I
love the packaging and the art style. Well,
yeah, that's kind of messed up. Just look at it. Just look at the monster designs in that. Just lower a little bit. All right. So, I played this around 2012. It came out 2011. And I heard how difficult it is. Don't worry, it's messed up. The pages. But, it came out 2011. Played in 2012. And I was hooked because it was nothing like I've ever played in a long time. Because around that time, games got pretty easy, like on the easier side, and one more challenge. Back in the older days, it was a lot of challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But this game, it doesn't tell you anything really what's going on. At the first, it tells you the backstory of how man like found fire, and then like they created like. They found the souls or whatever, and like they became powerful. But eventually, everybody withers away and the world dies. So you start this game where the civilization is already dead. They already had like its heyday, and it's just the most stressful, darkest place you can go, and I love it. And they try to find the chosen one to bring back the light. The fire of the bonfire is like, it's a really big theme, like fire and dark. So they start you off first with a boss, the biggest boss you can think of, and it just completely destroys you. And like, what is going on? Like, why are you starting off with me with a boss? And it kills you again. And it's built into the story, like, coming back to life. Most games, like, you just die, you just come back to life, just for no reason. But that's built into the story. When you die, you become hollow. Like, it's basically you become a zombie. Slowly, you lose your mind the more you die. Like, your health goes in, like, half percentage. And eventually, like, everybody that you're fighting, like, most people you're fighting in the story, in the game, they became hollow. They lost. They couldn't reach the destination, which is to ring the 2 bells of awakening. But I'm not going to get too deep into the story. But about the story is, like, you know how The Last of Us is more direct. Like, you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Dark Souls and the Souls games is more interpretive, abstract. Because out front, you don't know what is going on. You're so confused. You're told to ring a bell by somebody, and it's just up to you, like, how to interpret the story by picking up certain items like rings. Like, why is this ring here? It's like, what does this mean at this location? Also, like the environmental storytelling, like certain areas has like certain inscriptions or statues that match like what's going on in the story. Also, like some NPCs, they are so very vague, but they tell you like little hints of what's going on. But it's really up to you how you interpreted the story and what it means to you. And I really enjoy that, and it's like one of the best done in games. And I feel like that's what separates it from other games too. And the level design is perfect because you know how like in games it's like levels. All of this is one level. And like back in 2011, it wasn't like that big of like a thing to do like a large open world where you go to the highest and like lowest of depths of like the world. And you like I said before, like in Resident Evil, you become accustomed to it. Like at first you're overwhelmed, but eventually you learn like the like little shortcuts. I mean, and you just get accustomed to it. Like I've become more powerful. And then also, I mean, one of the best things about this is the bosses. Also the sound design. I'm sorry. Most of the game, you just walk around, you just hear your footsteps. It's quiet. And it just brings up like this overwhelming atmosphere of dread and loneliness. Because the world is dead. And everybody's going insane. And you're like, it's up to you, like the person that was like locked up in prison before that, to save humanity or end it. It's really your choice. But you're just alone. And it's only time there's music and there's like a couple areas, it's boss fights. And the bosses are larger than life, crazy, and some bosses one shot you. You go on, I don't know, you fought a couple bosses in Bloodborne. Bloodborne and Dark Souls is very similar.
Spiritual successor.
I guess you can say that. I think of it as like one franchise because, I mean, Bloodborne is more fast paced action, Victorian, Gothic, like horror.
Yeah, different setting.
Different setting, but it's very similar. I think this game might be easier. Dark Souls, yeah. But also like the art design is beautiful. Like it's old, but every enemy design is so memorable. I was
just flipping through the art book, and I ought to say, okay, like I tried Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
He made me try Bloodborne. We didn't make me. He highly suggested. He said I would like it.
You bought it though.
I spent money on that game.
Also, Justin, he couldn't beat it either.
I couldn't.
So don't feel bad. A lot of people,
I don't feel bad.
One thing, it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody.
If you couldn't tell, I'm very casual as a gamer. I just go in and I just want some kind of experience that's just like, I can go in and play and disconnect from the world and be done, right? And Bloodborne felt like it was a job. So I have not played Dark Souls. I only played Bloodborne for like a little bit and I gave up. I was like, I'm not having any fun. I want to break something. So I stopped. And this
have you ever beat a boss in that?
In Bloodborne? Mm-hmm. No, I only got like a little bit. Like I played for like a week. I got to the first boss, and I
was it a large beast?
Yeah, the giant like. Yeah.
Oh man, I think I beat it on the second try. But I've been playing. I played Dark Souls. I put like 100 or so hours into it. I did everything. I got all the trophies, and I was addicted to it. And I remember platinum, and I was like, wow, this was a game changing experience, and like it's felt like a new like genre, and it is like so many games borrow the genre. I mean, like the tropes of Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Yeah. Like you go to like a bonfire in Dark Souls. I forgot, it's like a lamp in Bloodborne. You go to the lamp, you rest up, but the enemies come back.
Yeah.
And if you die, like you have to come back and get your money or like souls. I think there's Blood Echoes in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of games copy that, and like the style of the combat is very slow, punishing. Yeah. Like, a lot of games, like you're more powerful. Like you're super powerful. Yeah. You do everything you want.
You feel like it's one. You
feel the weight of the every movement, and I love that in that game. And you really have to like improve your skills. Like you're gonna fail. Like it's just a part of the game. Yeah. Unless you like know exactly what to do, but still you have to dodge and then learn the enemy's moves, or you're just gonna.
Yeah.
Like happened to you, you became hollow. That's what people. Like,
I fell hollow.
That's what it's like. Don't go hollow. That's what it's called. Like when you keep on dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but once you get past that point, man, it's so rewarding. It's the most rewarding you can possibly get into a game, I think. And I think you're missing out.
I'm not.
You're not, man. I'm telling you. I am telling you.
I'll watch a playthrough online.
No, it's not. I mean, I think in Bloodborne you could, because there's a twist towards the end where it's like the story completely changes. Like the setting, kind of not the setting, but it changes, and like you're like, whoa, it's horrific. Yeah, some of the stuff, and like, what else I want to talk about? One last thing. Yeah, the bosses. Some of the best bosses ever. Epic. I don't want to go into it because you don't know much about it.
Yeah.
But what else did I write? I wrote something. Oh yeah, some of the games that just completely stole the formula of Dark Souls, like the new Star Wars game.
I haven't played it, but it looks great. The Fallen Order.
Yeah, it's people say it's just like Dark Souls. It became a genre. It's like everybody compares. Like, is it Dark Souls difficult? Like, it's probably the most influential game of this last decade.
Yeah, I can see that being true.
Like Neo, it's like some games like The Surge. I looked it up. Lords of the Fallen, Dead Cells, Titan Souls. Like it has like Salt and Sex. It's such a big market for it now, and I haven't really played all those because
it's massively popular. Dark Souls is. Yeah.
And it's crazy. It feels like such a niche game, but now it's like super popular. And
people like it. People get immersed in it. You know, it's
nothing like it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, you just have to experience it.
Yeah,
it's so nuanced and dedicated to the story, and it's like it's different from other medieval like stories because it's Japanese and like they have a different perspective. There, that word. My mouth is getting dry. I'm sorry, but talking so much. But that's my game of the decade easily. That's the best experience, and like it changed gaming for me.
Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised you didn't put Bloodborne on.
Well, Bloodborne. Well,
because Dark Souls games.
Like, yeah, there are different games, but Dark Souls, I did everything in that game. Like, but Bloodborne is kind of similar.
Yeah.
So. And I think Dark Souls got it, like, hit out the park the first time. But there's a lot of issues in the game. But the issues don't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's greater than some of the
nothing's perfect. Criticism.
Oh, yeah, like The Last of Us. Oh, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so obvious. You just said... Didn't you say it was the greatest game of all time? Your favorite game?
I already spoiled it 3-4 times.
But, I could talk about this all day. I watch videos of it, like analysis videos of it, like how like certain things are so great, and also Sekiro. Have you heard of that? It's a new like game from Software that makes these games, and it's like a ninja game, kind of similar. And I have it, and it's even more difficult, I think.
How?
Exactly. But I'm excited to play it more because it's a new experience. It's a new setting, like feudal Japan, and like they keep creating new like
that
IPs
is pretty cool
because they don't stick to just Dark Souls. They made 3 of them though. I have all 3, but they keep on extending their bounds, and like you think they can't go any further, but they do. They think of new ideas, and I would love to see. Like a Game of Thrones type of Dark Souls, like
isn't it kind of like that Dark Souls? Like it's medieval-ish.
Oh no, yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. You will love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has like demons in it too.
Yeah.
You will. Oh man, I wish you can just play these games. This would be your favorite game of all time. It'd be better than The Last of Us. I mean, in terms of games, you will love it. I'm telling you. Anybody play this, it's great. You know it's great, but you just can't play it. You can't beat it. And it's fine. I understand it completely.
Yeah.
It's just different people. And I couldn't do it. I understand that.
I'll watch it. I'll watch a playthrough.
Yeah, do something. Yeah. And also, one last thing. You know how I said it's not upfront about the story?
Yeah.
I learned so much from just like reading of it, like these characters that have not ever said anything about, like bosses, like no words, but there's so much lore in it, like about them.
Is it like official canon lore, or is it just people's interpretation?
No, it's most of it. No, they don't give any. They want you to do that. And there's a channel that's dedicated just to that. It's like 1 million subscribers. I forgot what it's called. I don't watch them. I watch somebody else. But it's like, I don't know. It's like a big franchise that shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't.
It's such a niche franchise that
I can't believe how big it is.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
Yeah.
It's like Death Grips like becoming big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do it. That's why when you had Bloodborne up there, I was like, no, you can't do this.
Man. I just wanted to show it off.
You can't do this again.
Yeah, I was thinking of it's kind of like this made by the same people, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
But those are my favorite games from the past 10 years.
That does not surprise me at all.
I hope not.
I have not been surprised at all. Okay, my number one, like we've already discussed, is The Last of Us. I'm not going to get too much more into detail about it either because we did already kind of talk about it. And we kind of hit most of the points that I wanted to hit. But I love it. I love the experience of The Last of Us. Like, story, oh my god. Just like one of the most emotionally gripping stories I've ever seen ever. Not just like in a video game, I mean like ever.
Yeah.
Like, I love the characters. I love the dynamic. I love everything about the story.
Do you think playing like the game, playing them as characters, does that deepen your love?
I wonder about that. I mean, I don't know. I watch a lot of movies and TV shows where I feel the same way. Like, I've experienced something with the characters. You know, like, we talked about Breaking Bad. I'm rewatching that right now, and I'm like, wow, I really do feel like I'm in this moment with these characters. Not the show.
Yeah.
You know? But there is something, I guess, to the whole idea of actually playing them and choosing their fate. In a way, I mean, you feel like you're kind of choosing their fate in certain instances, like, because you're in the moment, you're controlling what's happening to them, whether they live or die.
Yeah.
We talked about how their deaths feel impactful because of the way that they're shown. You know, just everything about it. It's just so intense. Like, I feel like my heart's racing every time I play that game.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like there's just moments where like everything's calm, and then there's like you see a guy coming, you're like, oh, well, I can't trust him not to kill me. You know, like, you always feel like you're in danger playing that game.
That's how, I mean, I don't want to talk about it more, but that's how I feel in Dark Souls, too.
Yeah.
Like, those games. Like, you never feel safe. And I feel the same way in The Last of Us.
Yeah, so that's just one reason I love it. I love the idea of being able to kind of, like, choose your own fight. Like, that was one big criticism I had of, like, Uncharted. So I was like, man, I have to kill all 40 of these guys. Like, it's just unrealistic and kind of ridiculous.
You're a serial killer, yeah.
Yeah, you basically... Nathan Drake is a
he has the biggest body count ever in a video game.
No one ever talks about it.
Yeah.
He's a mass
I think
murderer.
they mentioned it once, like, oh, you're a killer, and they never say anything else about it.
Yeah. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, man, I just shot all these people and killed them.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest criticisms with Uncharted.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't have to kill so many people.
Yeah. But you kind of feel the weight of it a lot more in The Last of Us, I feel like. Because even if you kill somebody, you know, like, you're always kind of getting told that this guy murdered these people and that sort of thing. And, like, you feel like you don't want to do it, but you kind of have to stay alive. I love that aspect of it. And I love the fact that you can choose stealth or combat based on resources. Like, it's just so...
Sometimes you just got a bottle.
Yeah.
Like a brick or something.
Yeah. Like, it's just so realistic to me. Like, or more realistic than I'm used to, I guess. You know, so... Because it's still kind of unrealistic that a guy would just be able to kill all these people, but, you know, like, you're thrust into the situation, you make the choices on a lot of the gameplay, so...
When I think of gameplay, you know how, like, you get shot in Uncharted?
Yeah.
Like, how they describe it is, like, it's their luck. He's not really getting shot, it's just, like...
Yeah.
Eventually your luck runs out.
Yeah.
Like, I picture it more, like, it's for the game itself, like, to make it fun... They make it challenging, like meet a whole bunch of people. But like, of course, in real life, you wouldn't be like that. So it's kind of hard. It's called narrative dissonance. I think it's called. It's like you're killing all these people, but you're like a good guy, like in Uncharted. So it's kind of like a dissonance in the narrative. That's what it's called in video games. And like video games is really struggle with that. But in this, I think it makes sense in the world because it's so messed up. Like you have to kill all these people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it's like impossible for him to be this good, but that's whatever. It has to, for the sake of the game.
Yeah, for the sake of gameplay.
It wouldn't be as fun, I guess, because you think it's fun, right?
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's great gameplay. I love the fact it's kind of like you switch from like, you know, kind of like an action game like combat to being like shooter to like alt stealth. It's just like all these different styles kind of like merged into one. I love that.
So if it wasn't in that, like the gameplay, like the gamey, like people say like, oh, it's gamey, like really gamey. Would you like it less? Or
I would still like it, but I would like it less. Yeah.
You think you'd like it less?
Yeah.
So you like playing the game actually?
Yeah, I love the actual like play of it, like the way that I mean, like that's one of my favorite things about the game is actual like gameplay, the way that it's done. So if that was different, you know, I probably would like it a little bit less.
It wouldn't be as fun to play.
Yeah.
Like maybe it was just like less encounters. Like you just go into the story. Would it be the same?
I think it's such a good balance. So yeah, if they changed anything, I probably would like it less. Like it's just like one of those games where I feel like everything was pretty strong. I felt like it was a good balance, a good amount of everything. I didn't feel like anything was too much, you know.
Yeah. I feel the same way. There's one big criticism about the game though.
What is that?
It's like it breaks the immersion. Like when she runs in front of the clickers.
Oh yeah.
That I hate that so much.
That is one thing I wish they could have done differently. I guess.
I hope they fix it in the sequel. That's like the only big flaw.
Yeah.
Because
like it's not realistic.
Yeah, they're making it seem like it's so like it's a really realistic game down there. Like if it wasn't realistic, I wouldn't care. Yeah. But she's like running right past them.
Yeah.
Like,
or she'll
sometimes
be like
even bumping into them.
Yeah, she never gets caught by any of the humans either.
I understand why they do this because
I'll be such harder
it'd be such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But I understand why they do that. And like some other games, they do that.
Yeah.
Or like if you leave them alone.
Yeah. There's a couple times where she gets like alone, she'll get like cornered and you have to save her.
Yeah.
But it was pretty rare.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the only bad thing I could say about the game really.
No, I agree.
You ever played a multiplayer?
No, I never tried that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they showed it.
I wonder what that's even like.
It's like just like the regular gameplay.
Do you shoot other Joels or how does that work?
No, it's like random people you create.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played that much of it. I played Uncharted. Multiplayer is pretty good, but The Last of Us, I heard the multiplayer is like really deep and good.
I don't know if it's in the version that I have right now. Like I have the PS4.
I think it's closed. I think they closed now.
Oh well.
You see, that's why I don't like
RIP.
it. See, that's the only reason why I don't like multiplayer games. Eventually, you can't play it.
Yeah.
That's I don't like that at all.
They can't last for more than a few years usually.
Yeah. Unless you're Call of Duty, where you can still play it.
Yeah, but even then, like most of those, like you have to get the new one or whatever, right? Like.
Well, Black Ops you can still play. It's 10 years old now.
Yeah, but not everybody's on it though.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It would be like a dead game, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to get invested.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like, you could still go play a lot of these games online, but like you might, depending on how old it is, it'll take a while to get a match or get a match or bad connection or.
But The Last of Us will always be good.
Yeah, you can always take. That's the thing I love about it. Is that like I played it, for the first time whenever it came out, right? Like, and then I played it once after that, I think, and I did a replay a couple months ago, and I have not liked it any less. Maybe I even liked it even more. So yeah, I can't wait for the second one. It's my favorite game ever.
Man.
So that's my number one of the decade, number one of all time, actually.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
I really can't. That's a perfect game for somebody like, oh, you don't like video games? Watch.
Yeah.
Have played
because it's like a movie that you just play. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty hard though sometimes. Would you put it on easy mode though?
I had it on medium and I put the next 2 times I played on hard.
I know, but like somebody that does not really play games at all.
Yeah.
Like you can have them play that.
It would be pretty tough.
You don't take games serious. Like, look at this. Like, it could be like a great story can be told.
I wish like more games were like that, and I wish or more games that I played were like that, and I wish more people took video games seriously as an art form. I think this is a really good case for that.
Yeah. The thing is, like, video games, stories did not become important until like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, because the technology was very limited, so it was only gameplay. Mostly a lot of people don't even care about stories. Like mostly like the critics, they don't care about stories. It's different in film, but I think you can have both. Like you can have like there's no reason why you can't have both.
That's why I think The Last of Us is a really good example of that.
Yeah. And like I think Dark Souls is like a good working around because a lot of people say it's like intrusive to the story. Like people do not like when they're just walking and talking. They don't like cutscenes. They skip it. They just go straight to the like very like the critics of like people that just love video games like me. But I like both sides of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could have both like games is just strictly gameplay, or you could have that too for everybody. Yeah. There's no reason why you can't have both, and why you can't have like a great story and a great gameplay when The Last of Us shows that.
Yeah.
So
true.
That was it for top 10 games.
Top 10 games of the decade.
You did better than I thought you would.
I was ready to be hardcore, judge about everything, but
no, I know I knew all of them except for probably Rock Band.
Yeah.
But you want to get to our next segment?
Sure, the challenge segment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Or we're going to talk about the album first?
Well, I mean, like we gotta talk about the ones we challenge each other. Yeah, right.
You go first.
All right. So his challenge for me last week was to watch 4 episodes of Cowboy Bebop, and then last night he decides, watch episode 5. But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm actually glad you did that.
Why?
Because that was my favorite one.
That's the best episode of the first 5.
Yeah.
I made a mistake in saying I thought that was going to be the last episode because that's the first episode that actually goes into the story. But tell me what you think about it.
Yeah. So I mean, like obviously, I'm not a big anime fan at all. So normally, I'm not really into this sort of thing. That being said, like if I get over the style and everything, I do actually really like the art style a lot of this show in particular. I like the detail of like the backgrounds and everything.
Oh man, see,
like
Cowboy Bebop. Yeah,
it's just so
man.
It's gorgeous. It's like it's like looking at a classical painting sometimes.
Yes,
the backgrounds.
I'm just getting mad because they don't do this anymore.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How long did the show run for? Like
1 year. Okay, so this came out in '98. It ran from '98 to '99. It's only one season.
One season? Wow.
Yeah, that's a popular thing in anime where they just have one season and everything.
Wow.
Sometimes it's only 12 episodes. So I'm used to like watching short stuff. Like America they try to extend it as long as possible.
Yeah.
But like when it's super popular, they made it forever. Like Naruto, they made it forever.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. But most shows are like this, and it makes you want more. But it originally got canceled because it was like 2 adults.
I could see that. Yeah. I was trying to at first I wasn't sure what is this? Who is this geared towards? Because they're saying ass and shit and stuff. And I'm
you don't see that a lot in anime, and it's geared toward adults. So it almost got canceled.
Yeah,
and this is considered one of the greatest anime. It's like the anime you show to people that don't like anime.
I can see why.
Yeah. So what do you think of? Okay, let me admit to you, 2 of these episodes are the weaker episodes.
Okay.
The one about the dog and one that
one was kind of.
Yeah, it's weak.
I thought it was cute, like as a corgi and stuff.
But it's probably the weakest episode, maybe the second weakest of the whole entire series.
I love the last one.
The last one is great.
Episode 5.
Let's talk about the first one. What do you think about the first? Is there anything stand out about the first one? Okay, let's go through each thing. I'm sorry. Music. The music is huge. This is what I was gonna mention. The music is amazing. Yeah.
And honestly, I probably wouldn't even like this thing half as much if it didn't have the music that it does because it's so. It's just jazzy, and I love it. It gets me in the mood. You know, even the intro, I was like, okay, this is
the intro. Okay, the intro is famous. It's probably because anime. You know how in Western shows, do you even think about the beginning?
It depends on what Game of Thrones intro was amazing. You know, it really depends on every show, but some are weaker than others. You know, some people will just watch shows for the beginning in anime, and this is probably my favorite. Maybe I could see why. Yeah, it's so great. It didn't really. I actually didn't even like the rest of the show as much as I just like the intro.
Hey man, I don't blame you for that.
I was like, this intro is so great. Yeah,
it is it's so iconic.
It's so stylish and it was noirish. I guess is what I would use.
That's the show is steeped in
Yeah.
And film noir. It blends a whole bunch.
I didn't really get it from the first couple episodes, but the last one I watched, episode 5, definitely could feel the noir influence for sure. And the casino one, I kind of could see that too.
Yeah. What do you think about Spike?
It's alright. You know, as a character. I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I just, like...
He's... Okay, never mind. You haven't seen the whole entire series.
I haven't really. I can't really
forgot
judge.
about that.
And I feel like most of the time, like, he's just kind of, like, a straight guy. He's kind of the cool guy.
Yeah.
And he's, like... Yeah.
The things he does is just so cool. Like, he Jet, the guy with the robotic arm, he throws him the cigarette, and he catches... That's just... The things he does... Okay, later in the... Okay, it's hard to explain, because I think he's the coolest character in, like, media. Just the way he acts.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like who I want to be, like, when I grow up. Thinking that back in the day, I used to watch this sometimes, and you know, I don't understand it because it's more adult, but like, I thought he was so cool, and like, just the way he moves, he just doesn't care. Like, he just seems but like, you find out more about him, and like, you understand why he just seems like he doesn't care, but he's like so skilled. Like, he gets himself choked in the first episode by the guy that sprays the red eye in it, and like, he falls down and he puts something in his he grabs the red vial, and he does that a lot where he's like so smooth that he like pickpockets people, and I think that's just so cool. And like, he swallows the cigarette and he spits it out, and like, he's just so like weird and cool at the same time. And like, the voice actor Steve Bloom, that's another reason why I think he's so cool. He has like the coolest voice ever.
Wait, you mean the dub or
the dub? What you watch?
I watched the sub.
Oh,
I actually watched the first one dub, and I watched.
I just thought you would watch the dub.
Everyone assumes that. I was texting another friend of mine because she's a weeb, and she's like, "I just assume you have no taste, no class."
No, this is the one show you have to watch dub.
I watched. So
it's okay.
I did both.
I've never watched the sub.
So, because I've been told I should always watch the sub. And so what I did with this one, I watched dub because I didn't think I could watch the sub. So I watched the first 2 dub and watched the rest sub.
Did you like the dub?
It's okay. The guy's voice, you see that guy, does he do the Toonami guy voice?
He sounds just like him. Yeah, he does. Yeah. I think so. But I think his voice is great. Jet's voice is great. The side characters, I mean, like, it's hit or miss with the side characters, but I expect that in like dubs, but I don't really watch dubs. But this dub, I think this is one of the best. You could watch in English, or a sub if you enjoy that. But I've watched it so many times, I've never watched a sub. Wow. I don't feel like I need to. And let me explain the backstory with the director. His name's Shinichiro Watanabe. Sorry, it's hard to say that one. But he's heavily influenced by Western movies, so this is why it has like a Western feel to it.
I could get that.
Yeah, it's not like other anime, and he's done like there's another show called Samurai Champloo, where he mixes hip hop with samurai, and in the beginning he says like, "Oh, this doesn't make sense, but just enjoy it. Just sit back and enjoy it. Like, just chill out." And like, it wouldn't be possible without that, but the music in this is very important. Like, it mixes a whole bunch of different genres of music in it. Like, once you get deeper down, like, it mixes blues.
In bebop, you mean?
Yeah, bebop. I'm sorry, bebop, blues, heavy metal, like classical, of course, jazz. Like, it's the most prevalent. Yeah. But it mixes so much, and like, every episode is different. Yeah. Like, it's episodic, but it goes into their backstories a little bit, but it's a very episodic.
Yeah, it's a monster of the week kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know you don't like that. You like a heavy story, like plot, but it doesn't really have that. I'm sorry. Yeah. But its main thing about it is that they're trying to get over their past. Okay. And like, in the last episode, it finally devolves into
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And it, like, the other characters, it goes into it too. Faye and Jet, and it introduces one other character. It's like a hacker, like, it's like a little girl, like, super hacker. What do you think about it in total? I mean, it's okay if you don't like it as much.
No, I mean, like, I don't. The thing is too, like, I'm also trying to like rewatch stuff right now. Like, I'm watching a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So this is one thing I had to like stack in between it. So I kind of like I was focused on that because like okay, I'm rewatching Breaking Bad, right? And there's this new show that's on Netflix now, which is based on a comic that I love. So I started watching that as well. So I'm like watching 3 different things.
Yeah.
So that's one disclaimer. But I will say this: I did not expect to like this at all. I thought it would just be like Tom Brady.
Yeah,
great.
That's why I gave it to because I know you will like it a little bit. I know you will. It's always something somebody takes from the show, and that's all I want.
Yeah, but I will say
you can like one thing, one episode, and I don't even care about the rest.
Yeah, but that all being said, I do love the art style. Like,
man,
the art style. Like, I didn't really expect to like it either because I don't really like anime style that much. But just like
it's different from how it is.
Yeah, even like this the thickness of the lines on the characters. Like, it looks like it's a comic book kind of just like moving. I love like that. There's so much detail too in the backgrounds of everything. It's like so much, it's so lush and it's like a painting. And, yeah,
you can just pause when I was watching it. I was just sometimes because I've seen it so many times. I pause it.
Yeah.
And just look at the details of it. And I miss that. And you don't see that in other animations. I hate that. Stuff is so like simplistic. Sometimes it works, but you get the same thing. And it's like this was done before computerization.
Yeah, I can digital, and you can tell there's so much like effort and love put into every single frame.
And you'll never get that again. And that's why I enjoy like older anime. Yeah, it's done so much better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like 2D animation a lot more than I like 3D. So.
I mean, it kind of reminds me like how like you're saying like film noir. It kind of reminds you of like the Batman.
The animated series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why that. Yeah. I
mean, it's not exactly the same, but
no, I can see why you get that similar. Yeah. I love that. So I love the visuals. The premise I could take or leave. You know, in terms of like
bounty hunters.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like sometimes it was like because it just like it is interesting that it brings them to a bunch of different places. But at the same time, it's kind of like I only really have like the half hour to get acquainted with most of the characters, except the one girl who like kind of crashes like their party and joins their ship or whatever.
Yeah, she stays there for the rest of the show.
Yeah. She's been like the last couple or whatever. But that was interesting too, just like that whole premise and like I like the worlds that they go to and the different places. Like like one time they're just like on the space casino and just like the amount of detail in that too. Like it reminded me of that movie with Matt Damon. It wasn't that great, Elysium.
Yeah, that was
but better. You know. So I really like that. Like I just and like the last one where like they're in like that church and everything. Everything was just
when he's walking, I was watching it.
Just the feel of it, you know, it was really cool. So I'm actually glad you had me watch that one because that was my favorite one of the whole bunch that you made me watch. So
people say like, oh, you could just skip to that episode, but I want you to see.
No, that's probably the best thing. Yeah, no, I see why you did that. But yeah, that one was probably like my favorite of the 5 that I watched. And unfortunately, it kind of made me want to watch it more.
Yeah.
How many episodes are in the series then?
26.
Okay.
It's like every episode is not going to be as good as the other.
Yeah.
Some episodes are better than others. Like I don't care. Like for me, like just one episode or 2 episodes like of that greatness to me, like that art style, I can watch this anytime because I just enjoy watching it. It's also a good story, good characters, and like great like world building because in the world, like usually when they go off to other planets, like I think they're mostly on asteroids too. Like they station on asteroids. Like it looks like their world, like they look like they've been like in the ghettos. Like it doesn't look that it looks beaten down, battered, like gritty.
Kind of like Blade Runner. That world,
Mm-hmm. But like just in different worlds.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that and like everything. Yeah, like you said, it's so highly detailed.
Yeah.
Like it's like so much care to it that I just enjoy so much. Some like the episode where he's just chasing around the dog. Like you could just easily skip that and you wouldn't even really miss anything. You just but the dog.
Then I would have been like, well, why is the dog?
Yeah, that's all. But he doesn't really have that big of like a part of the series.
Yeah.
Like the dog. But the one. I mean, it just goes to like different like. The thing is, like, they're broke. Like, later on, they never really get their bounty. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it seems like they're always looking
for like terrible bounty hunters.
Yeah.
And they're always broke. Like eventually, the girl she eats dog food because they don't have any food, which I think is pretty. I think it's pretty funny too. Like some moments, like comedic moments to me, and like how like they interact with stuff. Like he's when they're in a casino, I think. No, the one where they turn the people into monkeys. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. He tried to grasp for the drink when he's like getting shot at. So like it's just like little funny comedic moments like that.
Yeah.
And and it takes place in space, so that's very cool.
Yeah.
So you have anything else?
No, I just I will say I liked it more than most. I like most anime. I probably will actually watch more of it. At some point.
Mm.
I got a lot of things I have to finish first, but
I'm telling you, just like watch one every couple days, because it's not really like a connective story. So you can just watch.
Yeah, you could watch it kind of separately. Yeah.
And then the next 2 episodes, like the next 3 episodes, are great. Like I watched the episode today. I think like 2 episodes from this or 3. Like it kind of like made me tear up because it's like a sad story. I'm telling you, it's good.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. I didn't expect that from the show.
It teared me up, like, because I don't want to explain it, but it's good. Like it has comedic episodes, like the Fly episode in Breaking Bad. Like there's one episode where they get high from something. There's like where they can get controlled by a monster. So I forgot, but it's kind of like a horror movie.
Okay.
It misses a whole bunch of different genres. Like they don't care about the structure of it.
Yeah.
Like every episode.
It feels like a different thing every time.
Yeah, and it was on purpose. It's not like supposed to be like, but it still has like.
I kind of like that honestly, because if I didn't like one, I might like another one more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, I knew it. If you would have said you didn't like anything about this, I would have to question your sanity.
No, I would never say I don't like anything about it.
The music is probably like
that was the thing that was my favorite part of it. Honestly, that was what kind of like okay, this is like because it was like a step up for me from like what I'm used to. Like, so
just from a lot of things. The music was the main, like one of the main.
It's got a great soundtrack. Yeah,
and it's composed by Yoko Kanno, like the most famous anime music composer ever.
Yeah,
and like she's the best.
Yeah,
like you should look up some more music by her because man, she's just the greatest.
It definitely was driving it for me. Was the music. Yeah. All right, Cowboy Bebop.
You like it? Do you like anime now? You like the anime? You like the episode of anime? It's not just.
How'd you feel about your challenge?
Oh, see, that's why I wanted to talk about it a second because, I wasn't listen to it. The first song is like, oh, we gotta talk about it first. I'm sorry, I gotta name it. So it's Coheed and Cambria. The what?
The Afterman.
The Afterman, but it's 2.
Yeah. It's a double album.
Yeah, but it was released 2012. The first one was Ascension, and then 2013 was Descension.
Yeah. And
it's one story, right?
Yeah.
All right. And what's the story?
It's kind of convoluted, but essentially it's like this dude who's like a scientist wants to investigate this thing. It's like called the key work, which is like a common occurrence in their stories.
Yeah. And
it like essentially is the secret to the universe. It's the multiverse, and so he's a scientist. He wants to go learn more about it. So he actually flies a rocket ship into space to learn more about it. And that's like the story follows his journey through the key work because it's kind of interdimensional, and there are spirits that take over his body. That's what like the key entity extraction songs are all like these spirits.
Yeah, it was a key entity.
Yeah, there's 5 of them.
I think I enjoyed those the most because they felt like they were more like connected a little bit. But like the other songs, okay, all right. I started listening to Ascension, and it comes up with this AI voice.
Yeah,
it's like I'll watch over. It's like
the ship talking to him. Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of this other album, by Clipping.
Okay.
The one they have this like album like where the ship's talking to him, but it's like it goes up to the next song. What's the next song?
Domino the Destiny 2.
Yeah.
It's the first key entity extraction. Yeah.
But then, the singing.
You don't like his voice?
No.
Really?
I don't really like his voice.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I'd never. I guess, how would you describe his voice? It's like
really high pitched.
Yeah.
It's like.
It's not like the thrash metal where it's like very like demonic sounding.
Yeah, no, he's got more of like a angelic high voice.
Yeah, it does. It just feels like it doesn't match what he's singing. And like
I can see that. Yeah.
It just is kind of a disconnect to me.
I like it because for me it's like it's unique. Where like I never heard anything that sounded like that. So I really like the first time we had like that high of a voice like with that like sort of arrangement was kind of weird. Like, and that's why I really thought it just worked. I was like, man, this is something that's like I've never heard anything like that.
It just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry, man. I felt so bad because
why? You don't have to like it.
I felt so bad because this is one of your favorite albums of all time. And
yeah, it's one of my favorites. But I mean, like, I don't like everything you like either.
I know, but I tried so I listened to this so many times, both episodes.
Yeah.
Albums and those two songs that I really like the most is "Away We Go." I like how he's going with like the song, like the like the music of it, like it feels so like it matches the voice. I guess like the other songs doesn't match, like it feels so different, and I guess you like that though.
Yeah.
It's like more. I don't know how to describe it.
To me, it sounds unique. Like I don't know. Like this album, it like is not as heavy as past albums, so it's
it's not as heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like I wish it was heavier because actually the song Hollywood the Cracked.
Yeah.
It's like more of a heavier song.
I hate that song.
See, I like that.
That's like my least favorite song on the album.
Why?
I don't know. It's just kind of like not as good. I don't think it's as like. I like the energy of it, but like they have other heavier songs I think are better. Like Gravity's Union on that one, I think is really that's kind of heavy for me. I like that one. I love Domino the Destitute. It's like the first real song on the album. And their older stuff, like you probably know the song Welcome Home, right? That's kind of popular. You ever heard that song?
Welcome Home. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
oh,
dun, dun,
yeah.
Dun. That's the same band.
That's the same band?
Yeah. Yeah, Coheed. That album is like a little bit heavier for the most part than this one.
I don't know. I just wasn't expecting his voice.
Yeah.
I was expecting more like Tool. Type of.
His voice is he has a little more bass in it, so it's kind of like better for like screaming. I guess.
I've never liked that, and like the pop punk sounding like very high pitch.
He does kind of sound like he's
like
a pop
boy
singer.
Like, he's like young.
Yeah.
And it just I don't know. It just when he's talking about this and like the music behind it. It's like a disconnect for me, and I hate that I feel this way. I feel like there's something wrong with me, but I do like the music. But like when he's singing,
it's not for everybody. Dude, like I always suggest it. This is the idea: is that we challenge each other.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel bad saying you don't like it.
And I couldn't get like if I couldn't get into the music as much, like I didn't look deeper into the lyrics. Yeah. Like in Tool, I loved that album. Like I'm glad you showed me that.
Yeah.
Because I love that album.
That's like iconic. That album's like iconic.
Yeah.
So I kind of like figured you would like it also because it's got that like sound that you like. It's kind of disruptive and like I don't know the way to describe it, but it's like hard. It hits you hard, I guess.
Yeah. Like
sonically, it hits you hard. And this one is a little more like it's easier, I guess. So I could see why you wouldn't like this as much.
And it wasn't. Nothing like caught on to me except for those two songs. Like it never, like was.
Wait, what was the other one you said?
It was Away. It's on the second album.
Away We Go, and then what was the other one?
Hollywood.
That's on. Oh, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Away We Go?
Away We Go is alright. Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
On the whole album, probably Key, Entity, Extraction 5. This Defiant.
I like those more.
Century to Defiant.
I like those. Yeah. I feel like those stood out more, but the other songs they just feel like I don't know. Are all the songs like connected in story?
I think there is a story, but for the most part, it's kind of a non-linear story. The story isn't really why I like it. It's more like the music.
I was coming into it thinking it's gonna be like a continuous story.
It's not like The Wall, really. It is a story, but like it's kind of non-linear because there's a lot of flashbacks and like it doesn't really make any sense. Like how if you don't know it, if you don't like read about what it's talking about, you won't like know it. I think it's best if you don't think about the story. You just think about it as
I was thinking about it too much.
Probably. It's not like Tool where like you can analyze things and like pick it apart and like hear all these nuances. It's really just like pretty straight rock music.
So do you usually like vocals like that?
Yeah, I like his a lot. It depends on like what the singer is. Like I do like more like androgynous sounding people, like women that have really deep voices, and
I do
guys
too.
that have really high voices. You know, like the singer of Fun, I really like because I think he has kind of a high voice.
But I love his voice. I just don't think he doesn't really stand out.
This guy has got such a weird voice to me. Maybe that's why it's.
I just feel like I've heard it before.
I've never heard anything like his voice before. It's so like it's really high pitched. Like I've never heard anything like that before. And it's so unique. Like his delivery, I think he's unique. Even if you don't think he's like good, I think no matter.
I don't know if I can't judge if somebody's good or not because I don't know.
You don't need to know music. It's not like.
Well, I don't in this type of form. Like I don't know much about like rock music and like singing of it. So, I mean, it seems it's good, but it's just not for me. I think.
It sounds like it.
I feel bad because...
Why? This is the point. This is what we do. We try to stretch each... You didn't have to even listen to it. You could have listened to it once. I would have been fine.
No, I can never do that. Because sometimes it's not enough. Like
that's true.
Once.
Yeah.
Like, at least listen to it, like I said, like 3 times. But I try to listen to it when, like, focus on it, like, in the background. There's nothing to really catch on to me. Like, and, like, I will get excited. Sometimes it's, like, weird sounds. I'm like, oh, there's something's going, like... off the rails, but it just seemed like normal songs. Like
it wasn't anything too crazy.
Yeah, maybe I was just looking for that more.
Maybe I think that's kind of what you like in music. That's what I was getting from that music episode.
Yeah,
and honestly, the reason I suggested this one was just because of like it was on the list and I saw it there and I thought of it. I'm like, okay, I'll do that one. I couldn't think of anything. Yeah. Okay, so your challenge.
Because I got something else.
I decided 10 minutes ago. Is the show Documentary Now? It's on Netflix. Have you ever watched that?
Now?
Documentary Now.
No.
Okay. So it's hilarious. It's like they do parodies of documentaries.
Never mind, I've seen it.
You seen it?
It has
Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen some of it. I've seen some of the first. I know what it's a parody of.
Damn it.
Of documentaries.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is funny.
I like it.
Fuck.
Just
you do yours and I'll come up with a backup.
You want an album?
Whatever you feel like, man.
Okay, Cannibal Ox, The Cold Vein.
Cannibal Ox, The Cold Vein?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, text it to me.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's strictly hip-hop.
Oh, I heard. Okay, I have a couple of songs I think by Cannibal Ox. No, but I don't know this album, like, I don't know if it's even from this album, but I think I've come across the name before.
I've talked about this before. I'm gonna tell you this. Should I tell you anything about it?
No.
Alright.
Let me go in fresh.
Alright, it's a hip-hop album.
Oh.
No singing.
Oh, I can't listen to it. No, that's fine.
I'm just saying, it's strictly hip-hop.
Okay, I think I have a couple songs by them. It's fine.
Alright.
Cannibal Ox.
I look forward to your opinion of
The Cold Vein.
The Cold Vein. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, text it to me. And yours.
Come on, you got something for the audience. Come on. Do you need to get your... Nope.
What the... Oh, wait. Have you seen In Bruges?
Yeah. In Bruges? Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a good movie.
That's a great movie. It's my favorite movie.
See, I watched some... Oh, could have put that on my top list. I already forgot about it.
It wasn't the decade. It was 2008.
Is it really that old?
2008. Alright, it would have been...
It feels like it came out last year.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 2008.
Wow.
Or 2009. Yeah.
Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
What? Wow. That feels like 2015.
Have you ever seen Moonrise Kingdom?
No. Is there a way I can watch it?
I have the DVD, but I'd have to...
DVD
I don't
or
have
Blu-ray?
it with me. Blu-ray.
Alright, just making sure. I don't watch DVDs. It's not 2005.
It might be on Netflix. Check if it's not. I'll give you the Blu-ray. I'll
Wes Anderson?
Yeah, it's Wes Anderson.
Okay.
It's before the Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
I love that movie. It's so funny. I think you might actually like that. So that's your challenge is Moonrise Kingdom. And if you don't have access to it, let me know because I had the Blu-ray at home. So
Moonrise Kingdom.
Moonrise Kingdom.
No, I was just you can shake my hand.
I don't want to shake your hand.
And what?
Cannibal Ox, Cold and Vein.
Cold
and Vein.
The Code Vein.
The Code Vein.
Code. Like it's cold.
Cold Vein.
Cold.
Like you're like it's cold, but you're saying code.
The cold.
Cold.
Ugh, too much work. Say cold. Alright.
You're so stupid.
Alright. That was
the preferred dimension
podcast
for today.
Yes.
And our last in this series where we talk about top 10, we're going to return to more traditional form where we have different topics of discussion.
We'll do reviews, other videos, hopefully.
Yeah.
And some other dumb stuff.
Just topics in general, things we want to talk about. Yeah. Things that are overrated.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that.
Video game movies, how terrible they are.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of different just random topics that are pop culture related. So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.